It's coming apart.
All right, let's take a look at what we have here. All right. Hi guys.
Hi, everybody.
Looks like we're live. We are Dual DMs. We play Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition every Wednesday from about 7:15ish to maybe 11:30. And we have a number of people here today. We have a person who is not here today, unfortunately. We are working on finding a way to get him back on the show, but we came across a problem, and so young Levi the boy will not be here again this evening. But hopefully by next session we will have Levi back with us, and we'll see where we can go from there. What we do have at the table is the other DM that we have here.
Johnny, nice to meet you guys.
We have
Hi, Johnny.
this DM here, which is Marcus Morici. Nice to meet you. And then we have our cast of characters. I guess we'll start with Cassio because he doesn't like it.
Fat Kitty, why do you make our rogue die?
Merry band of assholes.
Hello, everybody. My name is Sean. I am playing Cassio Zoso, the Hobgoblin Eldritch Knight. Paul?
Hello, my name is Paul. I will be playing Arvid Rothenel, the half-elf sorcerer.
I am Julian. I play the Barbarian Rhox. He's a Dragonborn.
I had to
He's
think about who I
radical.
was. My name's Beau, playing Sirnon, the Tiefling Paladin.
Christin, I play Lagaitha, the Human Cleric.
Yeah, okay. Hopefully everyone can hear everything. So, without any further ado, unless somebody has something they want to say, I'm going to jump right into the game.
Let's jump on in.
Okay, so,
Any announcement?
Oh, I
Yeah.
do.
Oh,
Our
yeah.
figures, we'll set them right there for the camera,
Sam.
are painted by Taylor Cofield at taylor.e.cofield@gmail.com. You can also see her work at her Facebook and Instagram page. It is Honey Cove Hobbies. That's HONICOVE Hobbies. And please check her out if you have any figurines of any type you want painted in the Las Vegas area. She can do that for you.
D&D, Warhammer, other.
And once again, it's taylor.e.cofield@gmail.com.
Awesome. Did we share it on our Instagram? I know that you were doing some stuff.
we are working on our Instagram stuff.
With Sean's figures posted.
So I got Sean's figure. I will get Arvid's figure posted soon. I did post a number of things from the show. One being the cat that was stealing the show and apparently being all a part of it. And then I also talked about the patch, which is on our Instagram, which you can find down below our Twitch panels. And that talks about if we get to 100 followers, okay? Once we get to 100 followers, and as soon as we have 10 active viewers in the chat, once that break hits, we will start the giveaway for that patch.
Nice.
So those are the two criteria. So if we go over 100, we at least have 10 active viewers. That gives people a chance to participate and get a chance to get that patch. So
It's a really sweet patch.
So if you want a chance to win, make sure you share with your friends.
okay.
I don't like sharing with my friends, but
Well,
I'll let
that's
them
you.
know about it.
Well, some of your friends are sitting at this table.
I don't have any
Just
friends.
saying.
Plenty of enemies, though, right?
Yeah, that's
All
pretty
but.
clear. All right, so last we left off, you guys were making your way. The adventurers were making their way to the. They were making their way to the. What do you call it?
You tell
To
us.
the airship. They were trying to get the air. Yeah, see, I'm back in the game.
Okay.
So they get their airship going, right? And it falters a bit, comes back down to the ground, and they are left in a very precarious situation as they return to Glasswell to find a menacing force, or at least that's how the party deemed it. They returned back to the airship to try and get it up and running. And as they were working to get the airship up and running, a troop of soldiers came to the airship, and without any questions,
Hey everybody, this is Mr. Campbell from Mr. Campbell.
Alright.
Yeah.
You did it.
Trying to get Levi in, sorry.
okay. So, like I was saying, they saw a troop without any further without any delay, they attacked, and no questions asked. They were ready and prepared. A battle ensued. A number of the army was defeated, and they managed to, with Rhox's assistance, subdue one of the opposing army.
One of them suicide bombers.
That is unconscious at this particular moment. The field is basically littered with bodies, body parts, and damaged goods, as one of the bad guys, as it were, decided to explode himself all over the party and the boat and the sand.
I hope everyone kept their ponchos on.
Get down.
Little bits of glass everywhere.
And so that's essentially where we left off, as Ethan, the blacksmith, was finishing up a part to get the engines back up and running.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
So the cat
I saw that.
has managed to find its way to the DM camera and wants to be the third cat DM. Or third DM, but is a
It's the
cat.
final boss.
DM familiar.
DM familiar. And that's why one of our aspects of our show is cats. So,
Cats.
with that being
How do
said,
they
you
work?
guys are out on the sand, those of you who were down in the battle itself, and we will have to decide at this point what everyone wishes to do.
I think we need to loot these.
I was about
bodies.
to say, I want to search some of the
I think
bodies.
we're all
Okay,
good.
so-
Actually, before we do anything, can we take the bomb off of the one guy that we
I did
still
that.
have? Okay, you did? Okay,
So
good.
he has the bomb.
All
So
right.
we're going to, at this point, which one of you is going to go through and collect up the items?
Well, I can help Sirnon. If
We
we're
got
both
10
just
people.
Gonna, yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
10 people to look.
So
Okay, so
5
who's
and
going to be
5.
the figurehead, so that when we give out this information, that one
Just-
person's keeping
Yeah,
track of
just-
it.
for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So that will be Sirnon.
So there's going to be one person doing the rolls and with assistance. I'm
With
guessing?
advantage,
With
yeah, because I'm
assistance, so you
helping
get
him.
advantage?
Yep.
So you'll have advantage, yeah. That's a nat 20.
Woo!
Okay.
A 19 and a 20 is what I rolled.
Jeez.
Finally, I
Yeah.
get something more than a 1. I expected to get 2 1s on
I was
So
waiting
I'm
for
gonna
like
do
a
it like
3 and a
this. From
6.
Stop showing off.
From the 3 intact archers that were remaining on the field, you're going to find 3 longbows that were out there. They're black. Just the longbows they've got black ingrain. The wood is maybe an ebony, nice black bows. They also have black leather, and the black leather itself,
Just regular leather?
yeah, they're regular leather, but they also have a red inlay
Oh.
and a bit of dark blue.
I was concerned because I was about to sit down.
You also find strewn about the whole thing, about 48 regular arrows. You're going to find 6 kind of special arrows. They're
Areas.
labeled. They actually say flame on them, so they are something that you can dictate just by that. Dictate. Wow.
CERN.
Discern. You
Gotcha.
also find 3 cowls. They kind of feel tingly in your hands.
3
Cowls.
cowls.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
so
Cloaks.
instead of a
uh,
Yeah. full cloak,
Yeah.
it's just like this,
Yeah.
tucking into underneath the armor.
They all have their standard undercloth wear that goes underneath their items, so they're not entirely naked.
We'll take those 2.
You
Just-
find
Everything's piled up.
30 gold pieces, but what you notice about the gold pieces from the archers, that is they have a, kind of the sun
The
logo with
Vidarian.
the Vidarian crest
This
next to
thingy.
them. So,
Yep.
As you had made your way
Try to
through,
make a better version.
you found among
should
the
put
bodies
that
of 4 guards, the other
Yeah.
type of things you find studded leather, which is also black, almost in the same way as a regular leather.
What do you mean?
2 sets of chainmail. With black,
Chainmail. Such
black,
ineffective
um,
armor.
created as well. You're noticing a theme as these are kind of tied to this specific set of people.
Sure.
You find 4 short swords among them. The hilts are black, but the sword itself is a standard silvery metal steel like. You get 4 more short bows, very similar to the long bows, but maybe the short version of it. 4 daggers, similar to the short swords, black hilts, regular. Okay, and then among the remaining, now one of the guards, like as you you see it, he's one of the ones. If you take the clothes off of him, then he will have nothing. But one of those guards is one of the ones that you subdue, and he's still conscious. Or not
The one
conscious.
that rocks.
Oh.
Yeah.
This guy is.
Oh, this guy.
Yeah.
Oh my
That's why I put that.
Yeah,
note
because
on.
Rhox grabbed the biggest guy there.
You had
apparently.
that there,
Yeah.
but that's the one.
I got you.
Okay.
That was my mistake, but we
Sorry.
rectified that. So no, the guard's cool.
My
But
handwriting's atrocious.
yeah,
I
it's a handwriting. It's okay. We all have problems. So the champion is what I'm going to call him.
Okay.
The one that. The reason why I'm calling him the champion is because he went fist to fist with Rhox in the last session, and Rhox
Sure.
muscled him down and knocked him unconscious. He is wearing currently. Well, technically, you're the champion. You're the one. Yeah, he's the one. So he's got full plate mail on. Okay, that's black with the inline of. That's black with the inline of red, and with blue accents.
Oh, I see. That changed it.
You found across the battlefield. One on him was he had a great sword, the 2 great swords. The swords themselves are the metal on them. They're actually black, and you see that the variant accents in the hilts, but the blades themselves are black. 2 more short bows, 20 more arrows, and you have the Rhox has the explosives that was in the backpack of the one. You instantly took, when at the end of that, you were like, no, we got to get this off of him, screw that shit. And so you got that, so you have access to that. There's 40 more, 60 more total Vidarian gold. And then there's 2 silvery type, very almost like elfish metal, so you're familiar with it just by looking at it. You're like, oh, that's mithril, and that is you have 2 coins of Vidarian mithril coins. Then there's 2 bulbous vials, and that's pretty much
Giggity.
bulbous, like that. Like you get a good grip.
Oh, that's why it's called Bulbasaur.
Yeah, because he's a bulbous.
Bulbous.
What's that?
2 Bulbasaur vials.
Today's the day or what's that? I was today years old when I
Alright, guys, for the sake of expediency and getting this area cleaned up and the ship off of the ground, I'm just going to pile this up in one of the rooms in the ship. If somebody wants to give me a hand, Rhox, you want to tie that guy up, and I offer up my rope out of my pack.
While you were gathering all this stuff,
Okay.
I was doing other stuff.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
I would have gone to
Run
the
with it then.
explosion. Yeah.
Okay.
Because there was an explosion at the ship, right? And a bunch of people could have gotten hurt and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah,
On the
that's-
side, over
I
where...
think that's where Rhox would have been.
Okay.
Like,
So that dude's just laying unconscious in the sand.
yeah, maybe I told a guy hey, tie that guy up.
Okay, cool.
I'm sure there's people on the ship.
Cassio was with you though. Helping.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I'll help
good.
you out for
Right,
sure.
so
yeah.
let's get this stuff on the ship. We
Yep.
can divvy it up.
Absolutely.
I'll keep tabs on it. We can break it up, and after that, let's get this guy on the ship. You guys
All right.
busy there?
No, yeah, just
Okay.
trying to
while
make
that's
sure I
happening,
got all
you
my
make your way to
D&D
the ship.
Beyond stuff in order.
Um,
All right, so yeah, I help them bring all the stuff onto the ship.
And,
Yeah, you're helping them. Hold on. I'm
typing.
touching on
That's one
different
way.
things.
Yep.
You get your way up onto the ship as you're going through. There doesn't immediately seem like there's any, worry or commotion about passengers being injured. But that's what you're noticing as you're going through. But you're diligently looking through, trying to figure that out. I would like to, Lagaitha, are you
She was on top of the ship, right, at the end of the fight.
Are you still up
Oh
on
no, she came down.
You did
You were
come
down
down.
on the
That's
sand?
right.
Mhm.
Yeah. Or are you gonna make your way back to the ship, or
Sure.
okay? So you're gonna make your way back to the ship, no problem.
I want to ask Rhox, I understand the nature of how unstable
So
things
you're
can
heading
be.
back onto the ship.
I
with
want to
him?
get that bomb from Rhox, and I'm going to take it out and explode it.
So he wants to talk to
Safely.
you about that. Then.
So I want to.
But he's on the ship right now, so he went immediately with that bomb. So if you're
Okay, yeah, then I will go find him.
and just to clarify, who's still super large?
Me.
For 4 hours
For
total.
4 hours, baby.
Okay, so you're on.
Are you still on?
You made your way on the ship. You're still
only
large.
lasts for a minute.
Well, the
Mine only lasts for a
explosion
minute,
was
so
at
it
the
will
base,
hit.
Right.
No,
That's-
he
I
took a
was-
potion.
Oh,
that's
you
what I
just
was
went there?
looking for.
Okay.
No,
yeah,
mine-
yeah.
I'm
No,
looking
no,
for
no, no,
damage
no.
to the ship itself.
Okay,
Okay,
mine
cool.
only lasts for a minute, so it wears off.
Yeah,
after.
yours probably is war operating. He's still kind of
Did
large.
it
He's
affect the
looking at-
forge? The explosion?
No.
Okay.
No, you, like I said, you didn't notice any like.
Just for
big
visual
deals, but
reference, guys.
There was just
Yes.
like little pops in the
Explosion
hole.
was
So the
breaking
forge,
arrows.
so
Yeah.
the forge is right here on this
So
little
there's a
circle.
failure.
Yeah.
The guy came up,
Yeah,
and
he-
he was about, I think he was, right about
Yeah, mine
here.
right there.
Where's here?
Yeah, I want to say,
somewhere in this area because he wasn't.
I want to say 20 feet from the ship, roughly.
Yeah.
But so there's like maybe scorch. You'll see scorch marks on the side
The
of the
ship
ship.
did take
Things,
a minor
like
bit of damage. I
minor
recall.
spots. Nothing. No substantial damage that would have pierced it.
But I was standing right
Is what
next to
you
the forge,
find.
and we were good.
Yeah, you were out of the blast range.
I have your bomb.
Okay.
I'm going to take the bomb. I'm going to move.
Okay, so what you do is you see inside the back. You'll see it's in a backpack, and inside the backpack is a cask, roughly. Let's say, I don't know how big, that is, and it's filled, and it's got you can see like a wick, a little thing coming out and out to the outside of the bag, and you're thinking that's how he set it off, like somehow triggered something to set it alight.
So like
Okay, then I am going to move. I'm going to take the pack a good 50 feet away, because I know the explosion's not super big, but take it a good 50 feet away, back up to where I'm just shy of 10 feet away from that wick.
Okay.
Use prestidigitation and light it on fire, and then run like heck.
I need you to make a athletics check.
God, that's bad. I feel this is going to go bad.
You're running away.
And I do not have a tides available because I used it and haven't had a wild search yet. So.
What is your?
So what's your athletics check?
2.
Wait, what?
In your
I was
okay,
waiting
you
for
were
you
10
to
feet
say
away.
one.
Your standard movement is 30, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's-
I'm gonna say you
I rolled a net. I don't get it. This is bad.
attempted to get out of the range, but with the sand being unfamiliar territory, you trip a little bit and you get just kind of around the edge of the blast radius, right? But you still feel heat and you feel sand come up and you hit you. Little things singe at you. Some of your hair, some of your arms. You take 7 points of fire damage.
Okay.
If only you have fire resistance.
You got literally to the edge of it because with your regular speed, I figured you'd be running, that you tripped.
Yep. I just well. But I was
You already
disposed
ca-
of the.
If you hadn't been 10
Bad
feet away,
ordinance.
you probably would have done a lot more damage.
I was honestly waiting for you to say it's a 1 because you had a minus to your strength, but yeah.
No, I get a total athletics 0.
Yeah, that's what I was waiting for.
So, all right. Now, you feel, you guys hear the explosion go off,
The fuck?
and those who can see, there's sand, smoke, and
Bright light.
he's getting up just like you see it.
Walking in, just patting myself with the smoking. Just like not the worst
Covered in
not the worst
sand.
explosion I've been in, but pretty bad.
I'm gonna send the bat up. Hopefully that doesn't draw any undue attention. I think we could have just left it in the sand, but
I imagine a bomb going off would draw any
Well,
unwanted
that's the
attention.
second one.
So where do you want your bat to go?
just orbiting us, just
Okay.
orbiting the ship,
Just around the ship? Okay.
seeing if
Your
he
bat
detects
sees
anything.
a large indent with like glittery glass.
But-
on the bottom.
Any other activity from the town?
No,
other
not-
soldiers. Anything?
Not where you're at. You just
Yeah.
basically you see like the wasteland of the battle.
No other activity outside of us.
outside of where he can see. No.
Ah.
Okay. So you guys are all in the sand. Ethan is getting the people to try and get the forge dismantled and getting pieces of it back to the ship as he has made his way to the ship in haste, trying to get back up on board.
Ethan, you haven't rushed anything. Everything is to your satisfaction, not just rush to get out of here.
So he stopped. I have pretty much what I think we need. I'm going to get it on the ship as fast as possible, but I'm going to probably need about an hour. So if you guys want to keep eye or whatever you need to do, just we can get out of here soon, but I think reasonably I'm going to need an hour to get. I can get the part in 15 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. I'm going to need an hour total to make sure the engines aren't going to falter and we can actually get out of here instead of having a replay of last time. Without any other interruptions, I'm going to get to that. Is that okay?
Anything I can help with to get this along?
No, if you guys
Dying
if we
out
go
of the
to be
way.
attacked, just make sure we don't get attacked. You guys seem to be able to handle that quite well. And starts trying to get back up the ship with the thing.
Please don't let us
Over
crash
his
a
shoulder.
third time.
He
We
kind of
still got to get
ignores
off
that.
the ground first.
So he makes his way up the ship. So anybody want to?
Yeah, I just start grabbing stuff.
Yeah.
Hauling it aboard,
okay,
whatever
so
I
you
can.
can grab
grab.
stuff.
I'm with him, yeah.
I'm gonna move up to the top of the. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna move up towards the crow's nest area
Okay.
and
Okay,
just
so
kind
you-
of keep a lookout.
So you're gonna do that. Lagatha, you gonna make your way back onto the ship, or yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
So Lagatha rolled you.
Can I
Did
stop
your
her?
perception change?
Yeah, you can stop her.
Okay.
When
Lagatha,
you leveled?
Hold on.
Lagatha, can you come help me with this captive? I might need your clerical skills to get him to answer some questions.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so she's gonna help you.
okay. Alright. Do you know Zone of Truth by chance? That's okay.
She's still
My
helping you.
character doesn't know that.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay, so
Maybe you'll just spiritual weapon the world.
Paul, what I'm gonna say is, you're making your way up to Crow's Nest. Obviously, you're gonna try and keep a lookout, right? Yeah. So you can get to what amounts to a Crow's Nest on this ship. While that's happening, you're keeping an eye. He's pulling Lagatha aside with the prisoner. You getting stuff packed on. Sirnon's getting stuff packed on.
I'm helping Sirnon.
Cassio's helping Sirnon, and we're gonna go right into the thing with Rhox and Lagatha. And Rolji's flying around, and he kind of perches next to Lagatha, curious, kind of looking like he's interested to find out what's going on.
Okay.
So, Lagatha, when I wake this captive up, I'm going to want your help in sort of instilling the fear of God into this guy. Maybe get some answers out of him.
Okay.
Sounds good? Alright.
Sure.
I'm gonna hold him.
I don't know how I'm supposed to instill the fear of God in him.
Well, you're a cleric, right? Don't you have the Platinum Dragon's Blessing or something along those lines?
Yeah.
Bahamut?
Get the fear of the Platinum Dragon.
Do you have 12 to intimidation?
Well, I mean, I've just been reading up on Bahamut in that little prayer book we got. Remember when we visited the temple and we each got those sweet little prayer books? You've been reading yours, right? Are we gonna get tested on it when we get to the capital?
But hold on. In fairness, my lady here, she's been reading other books of dragons and such. So it kind of fits. And you see him kind of like tweaking his ear, and he's like, "But it kind of fits in line with Bahamut's teachings."
Okay. I
Dragons
mean,
and such.
I'm new to this, so if you say so.
Well,
Maybe put the fear of dragons in him. How's that sound?
and Rolji's like,
Sure.
I mean, I know I'm a large-sized dragonborn, so maybe that could be me. But you're a cleric, and you've been reading on it, and you seem to know a lot. You took all that awesome stuff from all the dragon stuff. So I figure you're a dragon. You know dragon stuff, right?
Oh wait, no, the dragon's still out.
Yeah, the Drake. Yeah, the Drake.
Yeah.
The Drake is, yep.
"Yeah, he's still there."
Yeah.
Wait, what Drake?
The one she
My
used to kill a
honest
bunch of
dragon.
people with, yeah.
Oh yeah. Bring him too.
Yeah.
The thing that raped the
There you go.
archers.
Yeah, just don't have him attack. Just like make him growl and stuff, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll bring Pecan too. Come here, Pecan.
As you guys call forth the pets, we're just calling pets. As you call forth the pets, you see Pecan, like, kind of next to you, just appear in blue sand. It's still a little unsettling to see just blue sand puff, and then there's a creature.
We'll get used to it.
But we'll get used to it. And you see this just black beast of a drake come bolting across the sand, picking up, and you see it, and it just mounts its claws right into the sand next to you, and just kind of looking like it's ready to take any order given to it.
What does this thing look like? I'm thinking like
Okay,
small wingless dragon, basically.
So those
or...
who, so basically what it is, and those who are at metagame outside game, it's kind of like a guard drake, okay? But it's a black, like just onyx colored guard.
Does it look like it's made of stone?
Like a
Like
gargoyle?
onyx stone, or
Like kind of, it's got a glossy. I have a figurine here. It's a glossy.
Glossy black muscle.
Yeah, black scaled.
Okay.
Shiny like,
Okay.
and it would be similar to this.
But yeah, instead of it being like a black dragon, where it's just like a regular, it has that shininess like an onyx stone would. Yes,
Sure.
That's what it's gonna have.
Cool. So we're talking like dragon, short neck, no wings.
No wings.
Yes.
No
Yeah.
tail?
I'll show you.
No, it
I'll
has
pull
a
it
Short
up.
tail? Long tail?
Oh, it's-
Longish tail. Yeah.
Okay. I'm just trying to set the.
Yeah. No.
Think-
Definitely.
Think almost like one of those Komodo dragons, only a lot scalier. Like it looks
And
like it's
like a
got
big
dragon
larger
scales.
back.
And
Yeah.
the head on this thing, it's definitely got what would standardize dragon head. with
Like
the
a big ass
bang.
pit bull that looks
Yeah.
like a scaled dragon.
Yeah,
Basically,
a
yeah.
pit
Yeah.
bull
I was thinking like a
dragon,
dog
you know,
dragon,
yeah.
yeah.
And that's what she has now
Okay.
called forth.
Shazam.
Or the D&D 5th edition book.
It's
Ooh.
adorable.
Okay.
Yeah.
It just, we have viewers. I wasn't
Oh, look
exactly
how
clear.
cute he
You
is.
wanna
Oh,
cut
look
him
how
tonight?
cute he
I
is.
mean, he's good for.
He might.
I mean, he won't be back for
Is his
another
tail
week.
flat?
Once a week.
He won't be
Yeah,
back in
it
another
is.
week. Oh, God.
It looks.
Flat.
Yeah, check it out. It's got a pancake tail.
Well,
Look
that's
at
what that one does. That's what the blue guard drake
Yeah.
does. This
Oh.
one's a little different. Each
Okay.
one has,
Alright.
as far as our game is concerned, and I'll just say this for anyone who's interested. Hey, mind your
Feline-
sneezing, cat.
Feline explosion.
Jeez, Paul doesn't want
The-
to get rained on.
The cat's having a surge of magical energy. It
We-
too is playing a
We
wild
missed an
sorcerer.
explosive.
Yeah, you know what?
She's allergic to D&D.
Shit.
Allergic to Levi.
All right, cool. So I want to get that. I might post that.
Just curious, yeah. So
we gotta
anyway,
add the cats to it. We're gonna derail the game. The cats might get posted on our social media.
So if you look up DD5E Guard Drake, just for any
Yeah.
viewers,
Yeah,
just so I know.
D&D
yeah.
5e guard drakes, and for our game specifically,
It's a
I'm
black.
saying that each one of these guard drakes has their own set. Like each color has its own different
Traits.
unique traits,
Nice.
akin to their actual dragon forms.
Cool.
Okay. And now we are back.
Before I wake him, I
Yeah.
do want to ask what this prisoner looks like.
The prisoner.
Yeah, what's he look
Okay.
like? What is he?
I stripped his armor off,
prisoner-
any
He's a
weapons he
bear man.
had.
He's a bear man?
I don't know.
That's
That's
what I know that's the
figured he
name.
was.
He is
So,
big. Yes.
He's a big, just like
Or
muscly. Like he is spelt. Like
I
very,
stripped his.
very clean.
Clean
Just
him
very like muscular. I mean, the visage of this guy. I mean, he worked
He's cut.
out. He's cut. He's got kind of a dark. It's just tan of
He's like
skin.
the Rock.
No, not that muscular. Not like the Rock.
Well, don't overdo it.
The
Yeah.
Rock is
like-
huge,
Can't be
right?
the Rock.
Like,
Get
he's
a
not the
visual
Rock, but
here.
he's. If anybody's seen like certain pirate shows, he might be similar to a certain pirate on a certain pirate show, which I can't name. But for those
Anyone?
of you who know what,
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Not that gay pirate.
okay, never mind.
Just say it. You can say it.
Like let's say for Black
Yeah.
Sails, Captain Vane for Black Sails.
Never
oh, I
seen
don't
it.
watch that. Yeah.
No clue what that is.
Well,
Nobody watches
look it
that.
up.
Sorry.
All right,
That's
so this
what he's
guy's
like.
big, ripped, muscled.
Yeah,
Nobody
I'm
well
like
muscled.
that.
Except
I-
But
for
now
I'm
we're
trying to
getting
come up with-
canceled because you freaking said it.
Yeah.
Way to go.
And he's wearing just the padding under his armor because I took his plate mail off.
Yeah, so he's just wearing like kind of like his undergarments. but
arming
his
arming
upper-
breeches
His upper area is bare for the whole world to see.
and a padded shirt. Or
No, there's no shirt. He's bare up here.
pretty cut up from wearing plate mail. No.
He's kind of got
shirt.
longer hair, maybe down to his shoulders. It's kind of disheveled, but it was ponytailed up. And now that he's unconscious because of the scuffle,
Repeated headbutts
scuffle
and
and the repeated
choking and
headbutts
punching and whipping.
Straight down.
Why does my neck hurt
Okay.
and my forehead?
Because this is all D&D related,
Rocks
and we're
too.
playing Dungeons and Dragons. Well, so essentially, he was kind of like that.
He looks like this, but not.
But not. And he's got no clothes on, and now he has no clothes
Yeah,
on.
but
black,
who does he look like
Rocks can miss
underneath
that
all
for
that?
our,
All right.
Future.
He
Yeah.
looks like a man worn from time.
All right, so I've got him tied up.
You're tying him back up?
He was.
He should've been
We said,
tied up.
yeah. He's
Well,
tied
no,
up.
not if you were taking all the plate mail off.
That was before when I looted him.
Yeah, I left him.
I
didn't
stripped
tie
his
him up.
ass.
Yeah, so you want to tie him back
Yeah,
up.
I'll tie him up.
Yeah. Right. So you shackle him down.
Yeah.
When
That's
I
what he
looted
looks
everybody,
like.
I stripped his ass. So
Okay.
that's all.
Glad you guys clarified that you retied him.
Is there
After that-
any like spare metal or anything around from the forge?
Oh, there. Let's
there
just
like
put
a
it this way. There's
rebar or anything
kind of
like that?
metal. Oh.
Slag.
If you ask Ethan, he probably has.
I just want like a bar, and I'm gonna bend it around him to like instead of ropes.
Oh.
I'm large size.
I wouldn't
You
say
are
that
large
there's
size.
specifically a bar
Oh, okay.
around. I mean, we can roll and see.
He could make you one probably. Really
Roll to see if
Yeah,
there is
see if
one?
there is
quick. It
one.
wouldn't take him that long to actually
Like a
make one.
So
Oh,
I want to
I-
let the dice play.
There's a
Okay.
great sword. Just bend a fucking great sword around his ass.
Yeah, you know what? I just take his greatsword around.
Okay, the black. Okay.
Yeah. Actually, yeah. Hold on. I
As
have
long
to
as it's
make
not
the
magical. If it's
strength check.
magical, it's probably not gonna be able to bend it around him. But
Wait,
I'm
are
not
you
raging
trying to
anymore.
restrain him?
Yeah, I'm just trying to restrain him with something
Don't you
metal.
have like a ton of chain on you though?
I'm an idiot. Yeah. I take shotgun and I just wrap it around.
Sorry, you had like 100 feet of chain.
Yeah.
We don't
It
always-
was hanging from my neck the
I
whole
was just
time.
saying, we don't always,
Okay,
we don't
okay,
always
okay.
meta this, but I'm just going to allow it so we can all get back, like get back in the swing of things.
Yeah. All right, so he's tied up. I'm like,
All right, you ready, Lagaitha? Your dog ready?
Why am I the
Yeah.
Your Draco's.
The drink's ready.
All right, here we go.
slap him. With one finger, because I'm large. Size.
Oh yeah, can you large? Okay.
the pink?
You don't need to. Okay, yeah. After just a little bit of, you just. That's the sound you hear. So now that can be on the internet.
Can you do that again?
But, no, I'm not. But that's kind of the sound you use as he's flipping his finger across it. And now he's
Sweetheart, I
realizing
need a
he's-
frying pan.
he's straight. Yeah. he's chained up, and you hear the chain clanking. He's pulling himself. Let me go. You better let me go. Oh, you're gonna pay. And he's just going over like you're gonna pay. And that's pretty much it. Just giving you guys a serious stare and just
I
commanding you
don't
to
pay
let
the
him go.
troll toll.
What?
I don't pay the troll toll.
You'll never get this boy's soul.
What are you two talking about?
Like good cop, bad cop.
Look here, brother. You wanted to attack us here on our turf. Let me tell you something. That's not gonna fly with Rhox Argos. Yeah, you know my name now. I don't care.
Oh, right, he can't snuff. I was like, he can't do that. He's chained. Yeah, but he's like breathing deep. I don't care who you are.
Ooh,
Okay.
snap.
That really
Snap.
means something coming from the guy headbutted to unconsciousness and is now tied up on the ground. Look, I'm here trying to be your friend, but her,
I'm not trying to be your friend.
The Drake.
and you see that thing.
I got it.
I'm pointing at the Drake.
Teeth gnashing.
Now, at this point, he looks over at you, kind of gives a to play this out. He looks at you, kind of gives like a really dirty grin. You would expect from like
A
Just-
nasty
just-
pirate dude.
yeah, nasty pirate dude, but he's not like a soldier. And he kind of looks up Lagaitha, and he's like,
Been in the field, hadn't seen a woman for a while.
yeah, like he's kind of interested in that. And you can see that he's generally having like a overall excitement,
I don't know
but not
what's
like that. But
Anyway.
you get what I mean. He's excited to see a female and doesn't really seem to be intimidated, as it were, of the fact that she's there. But however, his tone definitely changes as he looks over at the the guard drake. There's a sense in his eyes that he looks like he's seen, like it's familiar, like he knows of this type of creature, but now he's kind of like, what is it though? Like it's that realization over his face.
Familiar but different.
Familiar but different. Look, like that's just the general insight from what you're seeing that you're taking away from this moment. He's kind of like, okay, what's gonna happen here then? Huh? Tough people? No, he's kind of like fading out his tough guyness. What are we gonna do? Apparently it's all in your field here.
You're going to answer his questions.
We'll see. What questions? What do I get?
All of them.
What do I get if
Oxygen?
you're gonna free me?
No.
Am I gonna die?
Maybe. I got a drake to feed.
She's got a drake to feed.
It's already
My dog needs to eat too.
She has a drake to feed. As Roldry pipes up. You see the little rabbit, the little rabbit on her shoulder, like hard looks at it and says she has the same thing. You're just
Yeah, and that thing needs to eat too. Watch out.
I love all the soft bits. He says, try to be as intimidating as possible as a rabbit with wings and a tail can.
Oh. Roleplay said that, okay. I was like, wait, why is the bad guy saying this?
You know what? At least he's
Nose going.
he's trying, and I appreciate him for that.
Alright. He's kind of just sitting silent. Go on with it then.
Alright. First things first.
Okay. You're dealing with the worst.
Why are you after us?
Well, I think the emissary... Oh, sorry. Bad character, wrong character. I think the emissary was pretty clear on that. He's looking for the fugitives of our state, which are on your ship.
And how would I know what the emissary said?
I know.
I don't know an emissary. Don't fucking look at me.
Did you just utter that?
No, hold on. No, don't call it out. I can get back to it. You weren't there. None of you. I find that hard to believe. There was a guard that said that you were there.
No, I was not there.
Well then, you two have enemies of the state on your ship, and that's why we're here. We assume you knew. You attacked us for no reason.
I'm sorry.
No questions were
But
asked.
nobody on my ship has a name tag that says enemies of the state.
Young females, engineers, blonde, brunette, petite.
That could be a lot of people.
Whoa! Those are your enemies? Oh, brother! That's so scary. Oh, wow, you're a real tough guy with enemies like that.
Well, one of them specifically stole our technology.
Your technology.
The Emperor's technology.
What emperor?
The Emperor of Vaderia. The Vaderian Empire, our Emperor.
Never met the guy.
The Darian Empire. Hey, those are the ones that shot us out of the sky, right?
I thought it was a dragon.
Well, I think it was lightning, and then they came and tried to attack our
No,
Our
I'm pretty
shipwreck.
sure it
I'll
was
tell
a
you right now, if
dragon.
you don't
I
know
mean, it might
him,
have
you
been.
will.
But there were bodies scattered around the ship.
Oh.
There will be a reckoning for your
In their own.
behaviors, insolence. Yeah, that's what.
Excellent behavior.
a little devil on your shoulder.
Yeah, little guy here.
Just come on, guy. You're losing it. You can do this.
The glory of the two DMs. So yes, those are who
Where's this all taking place?
out in the sand.
Well, it's a fucking desert. There's lots of sand
I assume we're kind of doing it near the forge.
near the fort. So driving back, we're
so,
loading
like,
in and out.
right
So I
around
would hear
here,
this because
probably.
I'm helping loading things in and out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're just doing it out in the public, right?
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
there's
perfect.
yelling. Like they're not being
Yeah,
discreet.
sure. I'm
about
just
this
saying because
conversation.
if it's on the other side of the ship, I may not hear or see this. I'm
I
helping
think
load things in and out of the ship.
I think most of us are just kind of clustered around here somewhere.
Yeah.
Because it seems to be where the engineer ran in through.
So if I can hear this, kind of a little bit of what I do, I might be able to contribute. So that's why I'm asking.
Please hop in.
What
I'm
you notice?
helping the engineers load in and out.
Anyone that wants to hop in.
Stop. This is how you notice it, okay? Because you do have your bat floating above head, watching down on and seeing what's going on. You do know that there is that going on, and you see them. They're questioning the guy, and he's awake. You can see that he's awake because every now and again you communicate with your bat. So I'm going to give it to you if you want to head down there. You notice because of that specific reason.
So helping load things in and out, just grabbing little shit where I can. I know the engineers have their own order to things. With the stuff that's going on outside, head downstairs, step up behind you two, and he's awake.
Yep. Me and Lagaitha are trying to get some answers from him right now.
Is he cooperating?
Not especially.
Hmm.
Just kind of ranting on and on about a reckoning and the Emperor is gonna have our heads or something.
And you see the guy in chains. He's kind of kind of just amused by this situation. Even though there's a dire straits, there's a big dragon thing sitting there. He's super huge.
Okay.
Like he should be. From what you can see, he's just laughing at it.
Okay.
Now don't mind me, Sirnon. I'll just finish all this heavy lifting myself.
You're with the engineers.
You're
I'm
fine.
sorry. I'm not exactly the strongest person here, but I do have skills that might help here.
Get the stuff inside.
The sand shakes a little bit, shifts, things fall, ground rumbles. I'm sorry. Kind of pat the Drake on its head and usher him a little closer to the guy.
As you attempt this, I'm going to tell you. As you attempt this, you're kind of trying to push him along, and he's kind of not budging. No, nothing aggressive. He's not
fine.
budging.
No, that's fine. Look over my shoulder at Lagaitha, knowing that he was controlled by her,
Right.
or
Yeah.
distributed by her, and just kind of wink
Does it
and
have to
go.
be verbal commands?
No.
Okay, so I'm going to mentally tell the Drake to move forward and to get all
As you were thinking
mean
it,
looking.
Aggro.
it comes forward. Its lips peel back, exposing more fang, and it just this guttural growl comes from this creature, and it definitely touches those who are around it. You just kind of feel its presence being known at this point.
So I crouch down in front of the guy and ask you to make a wisdom saving throw for him, please.
Okay. That's my roll. And you had it up.
I did.
What's the...
DC 16.
That's 2.
You know what? Just it.
Okay. So, due to my conquering presence and a little bit of thaumaturgy with the ground rumbling and the drake in his face, he is now frightened of me.
Yeah, given the situation he's in and the state of affairs and things that are going on with him, like I said, he just barely, and now he's
yeah. So he went from being confident and cocksure to now he's terrified.
Yeah.
And he can't get away.
Yeah, he's now just
Good
gripping,
times.
and as he's trying to kind of like the spikes on the chain are cutting into him and causing, and you see like where the spikes are pushing into his skin, like blood starts to drip down, and it's starting to hit the sand in front of you.
That's okay. I'm okay with that. I'm sorry, but I thought my friends were being very cordial with you. Maybe I was wrong. I wasn't here for all of it. I feel like this is a very simple process. Just to answer some questions. You see, all of your friends, or maybe you don't see, but you're the only one left. All of your friends have perished. You can cooperate or not. It's your choice.
Just speak your piece, and then let me free.
And snatch him up and pull him closer to me and the Drake. By the
Oh,
sword.
yeah, okay. So you grab his hair, the hair that's tied up a little bit.
Man bun?
Yeah, it's like kind of his man bun. You get a hold of it. You feel the hair. It's kind of like gritty, not gritty. Yeah, gritty because of the sand. And you're pulling it, and he just falls forward in your hand. So you're holding his head now, as he's now just that close, and the tongue comes out of the dragon's mouth. We're calling it a dragon, but the drake's mouth.
The Drake.
Kind of licks itself and licks at it, kind of trying to taste the air as it's.
It says dragon.
Yeah, well, it's just a dragon creature. So you see it just kind of like laps at the air, and then its tongue goes back in, and it's almost like it had tasted.
Look over my shoulder at Rhox and Lagaitha. Did you guys have any specific questions for our guest?
Rhox had some.
I was trying to figure out
Oh.
what they wanted, why they attacked us,
Sir?
why they're searching for us. He pretty much told us, but then he started threatening us.
Oh, yeah, there is no threats here. Has anyone threatened you? Again, you're the only one. You're alive, right?
Can you stop?
Yeah, there were threats. You attacked me, though.
Threaten to beat him to the
I'm
dragon.
alive. The dragon, the creature on her shoulder.
Look up at Roldry. You're scared of.
He went to
Oh,
soft bits.
it's okay. I kind of pat him on the cheek, hold him by his hair. So
It's all right, Boo.
this is not the first run-in we've had with you. Unfortunately, the ship was disabled before, and your men, somebody else's men, they bear the same crest as you, attacked the ship in its injured state, and I believe killed some of its crew or some of its other people just a few days ago. So, who were the aggressors? You or us?
We are following orders. Our emperor has commanded. We retrieve these enemies of the state. We don't ask the questions. We only follow the orders. If our emperor deems it, they are the enemy.
I'm sorry. Who was the enemy? Who are you trying to find?
Small, petite women.
There
Oh,
are engineers aboard the ship. We know that they're there.
you know how.
The emissary told us.
Who is the emissary?
He is the one who's in control of this territory right now.
Is he among your fallen, or is he a
As far
prophet?
as I know, he's
Somebody that
back in,
talks to people in magic pajamas? What is he?
he's in back. He's in your hand, trying to, say back. He's in the back of the town. Yeah. The emissary Keep that there.
Okay, well, as we see it, this is the second time we've been attacked unprovoked, or approached unprovoked. At least attacked once, yes. We initiated the attack this time upon your approach, because we've already been attacked once.
That's what you get.
So, it really doesn't matter to me whether you forgive us for that or not, frankly.
Anyone who's trying to stand in the way of the Empire is the enemy of the Empire.
That's cute. So, what do you plan on doing with these little girls that threaten you so?
Returning them back to the Viridian.
Well, unfortunately, I can't help you with that. I'm not exactly sure who you're talking to, so, or I mean, who you're looking for, or who you're talking to, for that matter. The way I see it, maybe you guys agree or disagree. This was all unsolicited.
No, I 100% agree.
Sounds good.
So is anyone else looking for them? Do we have to? I mean, what are we looking at here? What do we have to worry about?
Hello.
Howdy.
Hi.
Well, they're looking for answers here. Maybe you have the answers. Mysterious woman voice has appeared
Hey
on
Siri.
what are they looking for? Is there anybody else? Yes.
Anybody else out here that we have to worry about attacking us unprovoked? That think they're little girls? I mean, you're a really big guy. I'm really not impressed that you're running from little girls.
Given the situation and the state he is in, his responses aren't entirely the responses he would have generally given. So yeah, he's going to say no. They were the only ones.
Okay.
You know.
So
were seeking it.
I lean forward and whisper in his ear in Infernal, which sounds like a very, very loud whisper, and he's not going to understand it, but that's okay. It's more of a menacing thing, and I can roll an intimidation check if you'd like. But he needs to. Are you guys?
No, they were.
Yeah, sorry. Just confirming something.
And in Infernal.
Yeah, I'm going to.
Yeah.
I want.
Yeah.
With advantage.
Yeah.
Okay. You have advantage on multiple reasons, so you just have advantage here.
Sure.
Okay. I want to see what you roll for intimidation with your.
It's terrible. 12. Oh no, I'm sorry. 15.
With your. Oh.
That was
roll
with
plus-
advantage and plus 8. Yeah, it's 15.
Okay. In this situation, as you say that, it's almost as if something snapped in him, and he just, like, the hardness returns to his face, and he looks up at you and just says, "Do what you like."
Oh, that's okay, because as I was saying, so in Infernal, whisper in his ear, the truth shall set you free, but it's a very loud thaumaturgy whisper. He has to make a charisma saving throw.
Cool. And what's the...
DC 16.
Okay. Nope. What happens?
Zone of Truth.
Zone of Truth.
So, once again, I'll ask, quietly, calmly, who else is out here looking for us with this idea in their heads that there are little girls out with them?
Well, as far as I know, and they're not out to get them, it's the Merchant Guild, the Har, has sent people for them. I don't know why or who, but we know that Ula'Divar has dispatched people for them.
So they didn't steal the Emperor's technology.
One of the
Such
girls
rebels.
has taken technology out of the Badirian Empire.
Okay. Could have been something that she invented herself, but, it was claimed by the Badirian Empire. Yep, sounds garbage.
Any thoughts?
I agree. I agree. What do you think, Rosary?
Is it well, Lagaitha, Sirnon, and Rhox? When do I have a chance to eat him? And there's a grin on the animal's face, just a,
We're not playing that anymore.
as the whiskers kind of tweak. Oh,
he's
Wah,
he's,
wah.
he's
We'll play that game next time.
frightened and in a zone of truth.
okay.
Intimidation didn't quite
Roger
work,
seems
but that's
disappointed, but you know he understands and
But
just
you
kind
wanted
of
the soft bit.
he looks down and just nods. So that's that.
Um, who else is out tonight? Just your group?
There's
There was another camp near the
there's
town.
a number of patrols. I was only the one patrol that was sent out over here to investigate the possible sighting of the ship and its location. We have a garrison of troops. We're about 200 strong.
How far away?
Back in Glasswell.
How long until they send reinforcements to find your patrol?
Well, if we didn't return, they would send a larger contingent this way, per our tactics.
How long until they send it?
It depends on the emissary. Bosk does not have much patience.
When are you supposed to check in? When are they expecting something back from you?
I wouldn't imagine within an hour.
So we have a little time.
Not much, but we'll make it work.
Enough time to leave unharried.
Now,
I hear Cassio is pretty hairy though.
yeah, that's true. I do have another question. What recommendations would you give for someone wishing to make it through the rest of this continent of Dahar and get to Casrodel without running into more Vidarian Empire patrols?
I don't know all the all the troop movement except for our contingents, but we know one thing's for sure. We don't want you making it to the city.
Are there
Once you're there,
Sorry.
you're outside of our.
Are there area patrols between here and there? We know you had drakes or wyverns, some sort of.
There was talks of another patrol coming this way, but the emissary said that he was sending out a notification that we didn't need any more assistance.
Between here and the city.
I don't know.
The city being Cassio?
No, the city that.
Ula'Divar.
Out of character. Sorry.
Oh, was that out of character? If that was
No,
that was a
mine
question,
was.
he
Yeah.
said Ula'Divar.
Ula'Divar.
And then he just, and after he says it, you just
So
see him just
Why don't they want us to?
get angry
make it
and he
to their
spits
city?
right into the ground.
He spits it in the ground.
Just spits right on the ground.
Why?
At the mention of Ula'Divar.
Yeah.
It's outside of their jurisdiction.
But-
Some sort of
Wait,
contempt.
I'm confused. I thought the Emperor.
No, it was the Vidarian Empire and Dahar. It sounds like they're two different factions.
You guys saying that in character?
Of Dahar?
No, this is outside.
Okay, I just want to make. I wanted to see
Yeah.
what he hears.
From- Just to answer this question, from your understanding, is that the desert area is kind of like the nation of Dahar.
He just said Ula'Divar is outside of their.
No, but that's what I'm saying. That's like from what you gather,
Trying to get in.
it's right out. You know, yeah.
Well, where's the Emperor
That's what I thought was happening.
from? Or
Ask
over?
him.
internet dropping us?
Yeah.
Sorry, hold on. If you're still with us, we're
No,
having.
it says 0 viewers, so I wonder, like, we had a bunch of viewers, and now it looks like we don't.
How many people have the stream open? Because that's a big task.
I don't.
Streaming videos.
I've turned all my
I just
stuff
want to make
off.
sure because I know a few times we've
Yeah,
had.
but you have it so that we're hooked up to
No,
your
I have-
phone, right?
I have
The
internet.
Wi-Fi?
No, nobody's on it. All right.
No, I have internet. It works fine for me.
Whoops.
Might be a Twitch.
Not on my house, not too. What is this? What's your...
I was gonna say I've.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Well, I'm going off my
Yeah, but
my
it shouldn't-
data
it
right
shouldn't be
now.
taxed.
So.
I like that we're having so it shouldn't be taxed. Yeah. Yeah, but it's dropping. Like, why is it doing that? What is happening tonight with our stream?
We're having frame rate issues.
We were doing so well.
Show us on with 4 viewers.
Oh, so you see 4 viewers?
Hey, we got viewers, we viewers.
Okay.
Sorry, viewers.
about that.
We'll get back into this. Back into it. So, what I was trying to say, and I didn't want to say with the viewers, but here's what we're essentially, you guys can picture. The desert is part of Dahar. This is Dahar, and Ula'Divar is a city that's nearby. Just to wrap up from everything that you've learned so far, and the Dirian Empire is an empire outside of this, but it's encompassed in the
Close enough to be a problem.
close enough to be a problem. So it's not like Casravel, where Casravel is all one singular continent, one continent nation. You know,
I have it
this
somewhere,
is
but not on
connected
I think.
by territories and lines.
I thought the Emperor had something to do with Ula'Divar.
So right now we're technically in the Dirian.
You talk about the
territory.
Emperor of.
No, you're in Dahar territory, and Vidaria is.
Oh,
The
they're
Emperor of
outside their
Vidar,
territory
or
right now.
Vidarian,
Yeah.
the Vidarian Emperor
They're
has some
encroaching.
interest, and so they're actually encroaching in Daharan territory
Yeah.
to try to find this.
Perhaps we should take this prisoner with us to Ula'Divar.
Thinking that
Let them know that they've got some invaders on each other.
yeah, I agree.
What do you think, Lad?
Take him with.
Can I be right back? I'm gonna go ask Arvid for something.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm
we'll
gonna go.
wait.
We'll be here.
Okay, so I'm gonna say you guys are keeping him. How long is your? So
10 minutes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you,
And technically, those two should have been affected within a 15-foot
I
radius.
don't mind.
They can roll. There were no questions asked
all
of
right.
them.
So Lagaitha in haste.
That's why I didn't make a.
Lagaitha in haste heads up to find Arvid.
Arvid, do you have a cast iron skillet? I just want to borrow it. I'll give
Actually-
it back.
If I remember
There's a
correctly,
kitchen. There's a galley on
cooking
the
utensils includes a skillet
Yeah,
of one
yeah.
type or another. So yeah,
Even
I
if you don't
do.
personally.
Can I borrow it?
I'm
I'll
like,
give it back.
come with me. I head down
Okay.
into the kitchen,
You guys go to the kitchen.
grab her a cast iron skillet, and I literally just, this should do.
You see Lagaitha, Cassio. You see Lagaitha and Arvid. He hands her a skillet because you.
What
you're
do
wandering
we?
the ship and you see this.
Yeah. What's going on, you guys? I set down whatever I'm carrying up, because now it's just me and me, to the best of my
You
knowledge.
should be done. You guys should be done.
Yeah, you should be
loading
generally
it.
by the time
Yeah,
that
that's
took.
probably the last thing you loaded.
And while I was on lookout, I didn't see anything unusual. Well, when I came down for Lagaitha, I made sure to send somebody up and keep an eye out.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
somebody up there. Yeah.
And the bat's up too. So.
I'm sorry.
Not that it's worth much.
So he,
Okay, hold on.
It is. We have it in mind. Trust
No,
me.
I know, but
Bring it
it's
back.
stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, you always will.
So
What's-
I run back out.
okay.
to
I
the-
actually am gonna go with them.
Yeah, I'll
this
follow her
point.
too. Like,
Okay, so-
I'm curious to see what's going
So,
on now.
so Arvid and Cassio interact with you. He gives you the frying pan, and you're making your way back, and they're going to follow in tow behind you. So you, as they make their way over the side of the ship, you see all of 3 of them coming, and Lagaitha kind of like trotting excitedly with a frying pan in hand.
I just told these guys,
What's-
guys,
Oh,
just a little distance, 15 feet or so, please.
it's
No, no,
okay.
no.
And
Step
when
right
you
in.
two
Step right in.
saw what I explained before, but just to repaint the scene,
Yeah.
you see the black Drake just
Yeah.
menacing. He's still
I'm in his face, the
he
Drake's
still
in his
has
face,
him-
I've got him by the hair.
has this prisoner by the hair.
Be careful you
Um,
don't rip that out, man. That'll hurt like hell.
So you get close enough.
Rocks over
Yeah.
the shoulder, Lagaitha coming down from the ship, and I ask you guys to just keep
Yep,
a little
no.
distance.
I'll stay exactly 20 feet away from you.
The ground's shaking a little bit, sand is moving.
Yeah, guys, come here. It's fine. Yeah, get closer if you're gonna be able to see this.
Yes. Come over here.
Nah, I like to have the big view. That way I can see all of you at
Help
once.
intimidating them.
So I tell the Drake to go nudge Cassio.
Are you close enough now?
Yeah.
Oh, then no.
Okay.
He's like,
Yeah.
he's like,
Yeah, don't. Please don't force it.
I want you to come here.
I'm gonna move up too. I don't care.
Don't turn this into a backstory thing, please. Let's just roll.
I'm not. I was just.
No, I
No,
know.
no,
That was
no.
his
Nudge him.
commentary.
Yeah. Okay, so now you're good now.
Alright,
No,
I'll
it's
move up.
good. So they all move up.
So are we done talking to him?
Are we taking him with us? That was
I
the
thought-
last question.
I
was
thought we were.
Well, that was the last question. Was
Yeah.
Why is he wrapped in chains?
Skill in your hand, or you just?
Yeah. No, I got a cast iron scale in my hand.
Well, he's
Okay.
still at this point. You if you look at him,
I'm
he
confused.
looks
Is
he
the
looks
skillet
pretty
for
wrecked
clerical
because
purposes?
when he was trying to escape the
Arvid
chains,
actually going, like,
he really did like jam up his arms
fine.
and himself, and there's like a lot of blood coming down.
that's okay.
Are you gonna heal him with that skillet?
Sure.
Do you wait? If you're intending to hit him with that skillet, I'd rather you not do that. That's a pretty good skillet.
It's cast iron.
It's not gonna damage the skillet.
It's cast iron.
A little
It's
blood
fine.
only adds flavor to your food anyway.
Yeah, well, it'll add a little iron to it. It's seasoned.
I'm not ready.
We are having
You
an
asked
iron
them to come closer,
deficiency.
so ball's in your court. I'm done with him.
Yeah, it's different.
Huh?
Yeah.
So are you gonna?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna whack him. If we're done talking to him, I'm gonna whack him.
I'm gonna take a few steps back
Go
so
for
I'm
it.
out of the splash
With
zone.
advantage.
With advantage, well, I mean, you know.
Yeah.
He's basically incapacitated.
Non-lethal?
Isn't it-
Restraint.
isn't it
Yeah,
automatic?
non-lethal. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
kill him. I'm
This,
Yeah,
this,
just gonna
not
beat him
damage.
up. Yeah.
You're getting advantage because I said so.
Cartoon kabong.
So I got 11.
Bow.
Plus I don't know.
Against
what
a
you
man with like no AC
Yes,
because
no
he's
AC,
naked.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming by. We appreciate it. You have a good night. Belly. I just want to call them appreciate the fans and the viewers and the people who come through. So shout out. So you did what, 11?
No, that was
Yeah, you hit him because you
I-
had no armor on.
rolled to see if I hit him.
Oh yeah. So what did you roll?
So he rolled an 11.
11. That's
Okay.
what I was just clarifying. 11. Just to be clear.
Oh,
Yeah.
right on.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay,
Yeah, it's
here
enough.
you go, Arvid.
I would say if it was below 10, no, but I'm gonna say.
Kabong!
That's what I say.
He
I
hits the
roll.
sand.
He's
All
out.
right.
He's out.
I'm going to pull some rope out.
You guys
Can we?
didn't heal
just
him.
assault
He's wrapped up in
Kabong!
a spiky chain right
And
now.
he
I know,
goes-
but do we want to keep him in spiky
Well, no.
chain?
What was better was
I'm
Sirnon was
assuming,
holding his
and
head.
I'm just gonna say that I'm assuming you tilted his head out. Boom.
I said, ball's in her court now.
Yep. Okay.
I said I was going to do it, so I
Okay.
do it.
What are you doing?
Cure wounds.
That
Healing 6.
Okay. He's.
kill.
You see some of
And
those
she announced
spike
non-lethal
things
too,
kind of
so.
heal up.
Around the spikes?
Yeah.
The spikes are still
but he's-
embedded, they're just...
He's out.
Alright.
You guys are
They've
standing
scabbed
around,
over the
you're standing
spikes.
around this unconscious.
I drop him, he hits the sand.
This.
Good catch,
Sand stops shaking.
I hand
Give me that.
Arvid back his well-seasoned skillet.
Just so there's no
I hand
false
you a handkerchief.
pretense. Just so there's no false pretense, everyone here is standing inside of a zone of truth. I don't want anyone to that tingle you feel and the urge to roll a 20-sided dice. Pass a charisma check. You guys might want to take a step back again,
All
just so
right.
no one takes advantage or no one feels taken advantage of.
All right.
Everything disclosed.
Aye.
Let's get this guy on the boat and get everything else packed up.
Pick him up, throw him over my shoulder like a sack of potatoes. All right, let's do this. Where are we leaving
I
him?
look down at you and go, okay.
How are you? Yeah, I know. How are you gonna fit in there? That's the
I'm
doors.
sitting on the
On
top
the
of the
deck.
ship. I don't know, on the deck, yeah.
Yeah, we'll get some rope. We'll bolt him to the side. That'll.
That's unnecessary.
He can be locked up in quarters. He can be. I mean, he's chained up with spiky chains right now and tied up
Alright.
with rope. So
Hmm.
we can dispose
I know.
of him.
I'm sure they have a
We
bridge.
can hit.
Are the engineers around?
We can dangle him from
No,
the ceiling so when he comes to,
inside
he's
the
just
ship?
kind of floating there.
All right. Is there anything else left out here that we need to grab since we're all out here?
Can we load the forge?
They've
They
been
were
doing
already
that.
been.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they've
Yeah,
been
that's
doing
what
That's
they were doing.
that's what we were
Cassio
doing
was-
before.
Before I
Yeah.
diverted to.
He would have been perfect for that
Thanks
situation.
for
but-
the help, by the way,
Yeah,
guys.
No, I wanted to interrogate instead of help.
That's
That's
all right.
fine.
No, that's fine. No, that's fine. I'm not judging you. I'm saying.
Cassio's
Give it
judging
to
you,
you.
but
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, so everything's packed up.
So
Yep.
you guys find out that you ask the crew. You do find out that there is a small brig. It's nothing fancy.
Nothing
it's just
crazy.
basically
Somewhere to
a,
chain him
a
to.
lockable
Cool.
door and with a small.
Is there like a bar or something I can like hook him up
He
to
gets the
so he's
Anne Frank
not
experience.
Yeah,
like moving
there's
around
there's like a
or
thing
like
on
Chained into a
manacles.
closet.
There's one of those rings inside.
oh like on the ground.
On the
Okay,
ground.
cool.
I make
And
mention.
but it's enough to where he can still reach a cot. And
I make mention.
Doesn't even have to pay entry for
As
that.
I understand it, they're working outside. This isn't the kingdom of Vidir.
are you talking to one of the crew?
Then there's
You
Ula'Divar.
didn't hear any of that.
Oh no, this is Ula'Divar.
Yeah, but that was.
So they're
that
working
was
outside their
knowledge that
kingdom's
we know
area
about
of
the area,
influence.
right?
You
No,
might want to
nobody
let somebody
knew
know
the
that.
Yeah, hold on.
You can ask the captain about that. I don't know too much. She might know more about where we're specifically at.
Before Cassio hooks this guy up, he's gonna ask, Rhox, do you want your chains back, or do you mind us leaving them on this bloke?
I mean, there's got to be other
There's
chains
there's
on
a
this ship,
chain.
right? Like,
Uh,
I have to use my
That's
magical
I
weapon.
I thought I'd just ask.
There's a pair of manacles in there.
All right,
Yeah.
then I manacle him up by his hands.
All right. So what you do is you find some manacles. You lock him up. Get him locked into the brig area.
Yep.
You get the chain back. You now have this chain.
I give it back to Rhox. There you go, mate. You might want to wash the bits off there, though.
I want to know how you carried a chain that size. Did the chain grow with you?
Yeah, no, everything he wears grows with him. So
It's a
I
big-ass
imagine it's
chain.
like it's just like tying it around his arm and then just hefting it
It's
like a lot of
possible. He didn't have to like roll for it. I'm sure he struggled with it a little bit, but yeah.
I got an 18 strength. I can
Okay,
lift some good
yeah,
stuff.
He's a strong boy.
Yeah,
That's right.
Okay.
I was gonna
So
say.
now that the prisoner's shackled up, unconscious, what do you all choose to do? Where are you specifically in this moment?
Sitting
Or
in
where you
front of
wanna
the
be.
prison cell.
So you're down near the brig,
Yep.
locking him up. You're there because you gave you your chain
Do I
back.
fit down there?
It's a tight
I'm 10
squeeze,
by
but
10.
squeeze.
it's
Yeah.
a tight squeeze. But given the ship and the way it is, all the halls and stuff, you could fit.
All the halls were like double stairs, right?
Yeah, it was all double. Like there's no
Might have
question
to
in my
duck,
mind.
but
You
coming
could
through a
make
few
it.
doors. But yeah.
Were you
Find
there
the
with them?
engineers.
Okay,
No,
you're-
well, he took him up. I went to go find the
Yeah.
engineers.
Okay.
Are we ready to go? Are we moving?
I'm
Are
ready
we-
to get on the way.
Well,
Gonna do
how
what I
long
need to.
until we can take off? Were they ready to
Yeah.
go right away?
They were packing everything up. Everything was packed up.
Things are packing up. I would say
Athen
that the
was
time took place. You got
Making the
about
changes.
20 minutes past in that time frame that you guys were messing around. She got the frying pan. They put him back. That's about 20 minutes. So you would estimate, based on that knowledge, and whoever heard Athen explain how long it was going to take, he's probably got the part in place, and now he's checking to make sure that everything is
Was the hole in the side of the ship fixed?
based on that assumption. Whether you know that or not,
Well, that's what I went to go find the engineers
so
and
you're
go,
gonna
hey,
go-
where are we at?
all right, so you're heading there.
They said the damage was more like pock marks, right?
Nothing severe.
Yeah, nothing
Lagaitha
too
is
severe.
going with Sirnon to the engineer's engine bay.
There's no major holes in the ship right now, but what they're doing is they are like doing work on the inside.
Refitting.
That
You see a number
isn't
of crew,
non-engineer work.
just a number of crew, and that as you two enter the engine room, you see Athen's running around and he's checking calculations and making marks on,
Calibrating things.
and then coming through, and you see him reaching to this thing, and reaches up and starts cranking on something, and then his like arm muscles are just kind of bulging, and he gets it. All right. Makes more calculations, moves to another section, and he's working his way through.
Alright, I don't want to get in the way. Let's go top deck and just keep an eye out until this thing gets in the air. I want to get in the air and moving again.
Okay. So you two probably are heading back up deck then, unless you have, because you said you were following him. He's heading
Maybe
back.
somebody should tell him about like the time constraint we're on.
I already talked to him. He said that he needed 40 minutes. I don't want to rush him because I don't want
That's
to.
fine.
I don't want to end up in the dirt again.
Wasn't there for that conversation.
Yeah. No, I'm just telling you. Yeah. I asked him. He said he needed this amount of time. I think it is what it is. I don't want him to hurry and end up again the same thing, patching things together, and then we end up in the dirt again.
Okay, that was all the character, by the way. So
Yeah.
are you going to head up with him to the top deck? Okay.
Comparing cooking war stories.
So what do you three want to do now? They're heading up to the top deck.
Anybody up for the game of chess?
One quick question for Sirnon. Just a quick question.
Yep.
That truth thing you do, how long does it last?
10 minutes.
Okay.
Is that focused on where you set it?
Yep.
Okay, so it's
15-foot radius.
So it's still outside?
Yep.
Okay.
just
in
to
the dirt.
clarify.
There are lizards out there puking their guts out. Divulging their...
This scorpion came up and told me his life story. And...
I was going to say he one of the flies, but it
So
just
they're
was so
heading.
tasty.
Those two are heading.
Top
Sirnon
deck.
and Lagaitha are heading top deck.
I'll head up to the top, too.
I'm going to hang out here because I still don't trust this guy.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I want to get in the air. That's all I'm worried about right now.
Please don't let him crash us a third time.
I'd be watching him to make sure no one kills him.
Okay.
I'll go to the top deck with them.
Yeah, as they're doing that, I'm going to
Found
take...
Levi.
Wait, where's Levi?
I think he's in his room. He's been naughty.
Oh, wasn't he in? What was he in Arvid's room?
Didn't you leave him in his...
I think so. I don't know. He ran off and I stopped.
So,
Whose room was
Rocks on him.
Vic walks up to you
It's-
two as you guys are having this
In my
conversation.
room. Why would he be in my room?
Hell if I know.
I want to go check.
As they're having this conversation, Cassio's going to set up the chess set that he has and play a match against himself because he's bored.
On the
I'm
floor in front of
literally
the
right
prisoner.
there.
Do you want to play though?
Yes.
Okay.
I offered to, just out of character, I offered to try Google with Branden and haven't gotten anything back. So.
That's fine. So Vic walks up. Gentlemen.
Victor,
Yes. What do we have here?
a prisoner, who won't be stabbed in his sleep this time.
Good.
We aim to bring this prisoner to Ula'Divar. Let them know that the Badirian Empire is snooping around on their turf.
Excellent.
Also, tell those two girls down in the engine room they got a bullseye on their back because they were the ones that I guess this.
You didn't hear him?
No. I saw the wanted posters for sure.
Yeah.
In town? Okay,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, you
Yeah.
did.
Okay.
I saw
Yeah,
those.
so,
Sorry.
Yeah. Easy, mister. I know.
Yeah.
I didn't hear the conversation, but I saw the wanted posters.
In fact, you don't think anyone on the ship might be able to come up with some disguised self scrolls or something along those lines? Maybe something to help these girls hide out while they're on board.
We can look. That is no problem. We can look for this and find. So
Just in case.
I will have to act.
How did these guys know we were out here? I mean, the ship ran away.
They said someone in town, one of the guards, ratted on us because we came back into town.
Oh, these little bastards.
Right.
Last time I do anything nice to them, I have half a mind to go over and tip over every snail they have.
Levi
Crap
would love
spells
it.
offline.
Oh, yeah.
Technical
We're
difficulties.
killing it.
Yeah,
we're
I
just
know, right?
Owning it today. Hey, the glory of this though is.
He's back. Looks like he's back.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
back.
Beautiful.
Hey, the glory of this is
Welcome
even
back.
every time that it drops a stream and cuts it up on,
You're still recording.
on Twitch, I'm still recording, so this is all going to be straight sweet
On YouTube.
on YouTube,
All right.
which is our glorious backup. So,
When in doubt, YouTube out.
so those of you who are enjoying this episode and are not enjoying the dropping because of whatever internet technical difficulties that there are, we will have it 100% in its entirety on YouTube.
Just as an aside, there may be Twitch issues because I watched some of the last episode and there's a lot of pops and skips in that on Twitch as well.
Okay.
On YouTube is smooth, but Twitch is not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Twitch
So-
is twitchy.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, good to know.
All right.
With that,
We apologize for the technical difficulties, but we do have
Yep.
backups.
So we got
Right on.
backup. So. that's
So
what
anyway, so one of the guards ratted us, a bunch of rat bastards.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah,
But you know, what can you do? We didn't pay them.
it's true. We didn't bribe him.
From
That was
from here on out, let's make sure if we have to stop in any towns, maybe we
grease
you
the
know,
wheel.
Yeah, grease the wheels a little bit. Make sure. I'm not saying anything shady.
No, no,
Just
of course
make
not.
sure they didn't see us, we didn't see them. That kind of thing.
Hey, you don't know.
Dragon chest.
Absolutely.
You guys.
Is
Blah,
there-
blah, blah,
Dad
blah.
walks up. Hey guys, what's going on?
Hey, Dad.
Hello, Dave.
We can watch over this prisoner if you guys
Prisoner?
need to take a rest. You worked hard out there in the sand today.
Don't murder him in his sleep.
Absolutely not.
Prisoner?
This gentleman here, he attacked them. Us. The ship.
Remember, one of them went kaboom?
I was out there.
Yeah, you were both out there
Oh, yeah,
fighting,
that's right.
right? Like.
Oh, yeah.
Dave, how's that head concussion you got? Is it any better?
I just assumed you guys killed him like you did last time. The little boy hasn't had a chance, has he?
He hasn't been outside in a while. He's up to shenanigans or something.
Yeah, I saw him playing around at Argos.
Hopefully I put the fit of God in him.
I doubt it, but whatever makes you feel better, buddy.
Last time.
So did you two wish to take a rest?
After I win this match.
So you guys are gonna finish your chessmen.
Yeah.
They're gonna take over for you.
All right.
So if you guys want to.
They're playing chess.
Yeah,
They're
I
watching the guard.
begrudgingly allow them to take it.
Okay.
Yeah.
No worries. All right. So as that your
Yeah.
game you went through, I need for you guys to roll a d20 each. Put the thing in the thing. We're gonna find out which.
Now,
one
do
they
I
want.
apply?
Put the thing in the
Now,
thing.
I'm proficient with chess, so do I get to do I get to apply my?
Expertise in chess.
Hold on, let me see if I got
Yeah,
that.
yeah, you have-
Because
Intelligence plus
yeah,
proficiency
it's
should be what it
intelligence
is.
plus proficiency for me. So
If you're
And
correct.
you can use whatever
I do not have
Yes.
available.
All
Hey,
right.
It's
being a
intelligence
bard, you
chest.
have half proficiency in any ability check.
ah,
You know
fuck!
what?
You won.
That's totally
No,
true. I get
you
a
beat
plus
the
one.
hell out of
beat
me. No, you don't even need to
You
roll.
beat him.
Yeah,
18.
beat the hell out of me.
Ooh!
So as the chess game,
One.
as the chess
Yeah.
game gets crazy and it's intense.
You think you have it.
Hold on now. You two finish up. Take it home.
How do you want to do this?
Alright.
How the hell did this?
Checkmate,
Now, I understand, Cassio. You've got a million stories, my friend. But you've never heard the story of Bishop takes Rook.
Oh, you cheeky bastard.
Checkmate.
Well done, sir. Well done.
You know what?
Brilliant
I'm gonna give it to you.
execution.
You guys,
And that-
I'm giving you guys inspiration.
Good.
For
Yeah.
that.
Brilliant execution.
Because that's the first time I've ever seen chess combat.
Played in a D&D setting. The first time you've seen chess where you didn't have to figure out what fucking piece you were.
The only thing better would have been a nat 20 in chess.
All right. So
Now I got something new for you.
the rest of them are on the top deck. And
All right,
You
so-
two are.
Well, I guess I'll just take my long rest then.
You're gonna have
Long rest.
Or short rest. If they're going to guard the thing, I'm taking a goddamn nap.
You guys are playing chess. This takes a little while.
Yeah.
Just be in
You're
there by
attempting
now.
to take a long rest, but you're willing to take a short rest.
I'll take a short rest.
All right.
Whatever
all right, so
fucking...
that's your intent.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys played intent. That is you were playing. Those of you take
I'm waiting
the.
until we take off, and
Are
then
you-
I'm gonna go take a long
That's
rest
fine.
too.
Are you taking?
I'll take a short
Are you,
rest.
are
Yeah.
you going to take your position back in the crow's nest, or are you just gonna hang down
No,
on
I'll
deck
just hang
and
down
go?
with him.
Okay, so those who are on deck, kind of waiting. I imagine you're sitting around, maybe had a little bit of back and forth, nothing too fancy of a conversation.
Small talk, I got
You
eyes
see-
towards the horizon.
You see, as
You betrayed me.
a number of the crew, they're getting prepared. He knows Ethan. He makes his way up, heads up into the captain's quarters. As things seem okay for the moment, you hear a call down. Oi! Oi! From the crow's nest. Oi! As he yells down to see if anyone is listening. We got men approaching! Good God! It's an army!
Bum, bum, bum.
Ethan comes out. Oh, this is going to be bad. Luckily, I have something up my sleeve, and you can see just over the horizon, there's a number of carts coming over the ridge, and a number of people out on the ridge lifting, you see, barrels half up into the float above the, just basically float above the carts, and another set of people come up, and you see them just like that, kind of a quick, faint spark, like flash, like little,
Yeah.
and then these things go launching there. The barrels go launching in the direction of the ship, and start heading your way.
No, they're firing artillery at us. Lovely.
And you just see the gentleman go like this as the hands in the air as these barrels go flying, and Ethan's like, "Oh, this is no time like the present, now!" And all of a sudden, just shimmering like before around the ship as this barrels, boom, concussions, and they just a roar of flame just wraps around this like spherical field of dome-like thing.
Dome of field.
The only thing that you guys feel from it is just an intense heat wash in your direction and a flash as it subsides, and then another one, boom, and then the ship in your feet. Dexterity checks.
Who's within 10 feet of me?
Oh, well, me and
Is it
Lila.
Everyone on board?
Myself.
Everyone on board.
Is it a deck
Everyone on
save or
board?
just a?
Okay.
Just dex save.
Yeah, that's it.
Hang on, Sean. You on the top deck?
No, I'm down
He said
below, but it's
everyone on
all right.
board.
I got a mod
Everybody
20.
on board, but he's asking who's
Within 10 feet of
of
me.
him.
Me and her,
No.
because we're
Yeah.
talking.
Yeah, so just
I
those two.
Yeah.
You're down below?
Yeah.
You're down below?
I'm good though.
The two of you get +5 to your
fine.
saving throw.
Oh, really?
Do you need
Yes.
some of that?
And I got a 19.
Aura protection. So you get +5 to your saving throw.
Oh yeah, you get your aura, huh?
Yep.
Modified 20.
Nice.
I was terrible. 7. I'm back to rolling my normal self. I got my 19 and 20
you're
out of the way.
large,
I'm
right?
back to rolling normal again,
Oh
which
my
is
God.
So I got a plus
So-
12.
So here's what. That was a really interesting game. He was playing chess with you in his large form.
Yeah,
Uh-huh. So
I know
wanna
this
really, like,
giant.
I just think that's
this
awesome. Like I want
this
to take that
giant-
back for the viewers, to like those who weren't.
I imagine he's sitting with like his legs pressed up against his chest so he can fit into the
So all of
room.
you-
Just
catch yourselves as you feel just the ship underneath you, but not rocks. Rocks, like a sack of rocks, just flat out in front of you, and you with your
while I'm
your
napping
roll-
with my amazing dexterity.
no, this was your intent. You didn't actually make it there yet.
Well, I took a
You were heading.
This happened when you said, I'm going to take a
on
nap.
your
And
way.
then,
As you were
as
heading.
I was.
Like you just see like rocks
Oh God!
fall in your direction, and you just barely
Just roll out of the way.
skirt out of the way, but you were able to do that, and the ship is now clearly moving.
Did we
Wait,
crash
no.
again?
down below.
Yeah.
I don't
You feel the ship shake, and
Well, those of you who are close enough to Davin pick up himself as well.
Yeah.
you see if you
Yeah.
feel the thing shake. It's a lot smoother
And then stabilize.
and stable
Since the last time.
since the last time you did.
Okay.
Get upstairs,
that.
the three of you.
Rhox, stop flailing your arms around. There's not enough room to get past you.
So you two make your way to the top deck. You find them all there. You notice the shimmering kaleidoscope of colors on the dome above your head.
Is that
And,
supposed to that way? You guys?
and then on the sand, you also
It was
see
that little small.
a small army come across
Oh.
the.
Yeah, you see it from behind
going
you
away
as
from
the
them.
ship
Yeah.
is moving away.
As they're moving away.
But they
Tell
are.
the town guards they can kiss my
But
ass.
you do notice that the ship is moving fast enough that they are starting to fall behind.
Yeah. Nice.
Look at Ethan,
Ethan, he's up at.
the engineer.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're all on top deck, right? Because
Yeah,
we
he-
heard him call this
He's
out.
up by the bridge, and he's making his way back into where the captain was.
Okay. Go up to the captain's quarters where Ethan is. Higher ceiling in here?
Celia's.
Higher ceiling
Ceiling.
Ceiling.
than down below decks? Okay. Listen, mine.
Sorry.
Captain? Ethan?
Yes.
Are we reliably underway now?
As reliable as we can be. I don't imagine we're going to go smashing into the ground this time.
Anything else you need?
Thank God.
No, I need to get back to work and make sure we maintain the engines as we're going. And unless anyone has anything else for me, I'm going to head down there and do that. So we stay aloft in the air.
Can I ask you to send the ladies up here? Yes, I know. Once you guys get over your childish...
Yeah, sorry, like,
Sirnon, I never knew you were that kind of a guy.
guys. Okay, so I don't know. I think crazy guy.
Remember who has a
Okay,
charisma of 20.
You really caught me off. Like,
Who, me?
literally as a DM. You
I
caught
broke
me
the
off
DM.
guard. You broke
Alright.
me.
Are you
I
talking
broke
about
it.
Arvid?
My
I do.
perverse
I did.
mind,
You mean
apparently.
the engineers?
Didn't even take... I broke the
See what
broke the
he
DM
Yes.
before break.
Celia says, you mean the engineers?
So what do you need?
Please.
What do you need them for?
I'd like to speak to them.
Well, they are hard at work trying to get everything
They
back.
were helping me, but is this necessary?
Can you manage the engines?
My engines, I'm pretty sure I can manage them.
Can you please send them above deck?
That's
Fine.
your engine.
I will communicate to them that you wish to speak with them, and if they choose, then they may. I don't control them, but I will let them know.
Can
That's
we?
all I ask.
I know, Daff and Vic's watching the
So
other
you
guy.
start to head out.
That's right. Yeah.
Captain? You have any pressing business?
Getting the hell out of here.
Please don't crash again.
Bob walks in. Anything
It's
you
the
need me to
engines.
do, Captain?
No, just make sure everything's secure. The people are finishing the work on the holes and everything.
All right. So he's gonna head back out.
Make sure everybody's secure. That if there's anybody still wounded, that they get care.
Okay.
You know, you have it.
Okay, Captain.
Hey, before you go off and do that, can you pass the word to Dav or Vic? Maybe keep one of them over by the engineer's room just in case anybody fishy tried to sneak them on board.
Actually, Bob, can you send Dav and Vic above deck? I think my bat can watch the prisoner.
Actually, I like the bat watching them a lot
where-
better.
Well, where are they? Where they at?
They're down. I think
They're in
you
the brig.
guys
Where they
locked
at?
up.
There
Had a
we
prisoner
go.
locked up.
Yeah, they're in the brig watching the prisoner.
You need me to watch prisoner?
That the bat can. You can watch it if you,
Does
if
it
you're
work?
not, if you have no problems with bats. Norwin can watch the prisoner with you.
Oh yeah.
Please don't kill him in his sleep.
I don't kill nobody unless they try to kill me.
No.
I don't think he'll be.
No,
much of
I
an
got
issue.
this. And he heads down.
Thank you, sir.
You're on a tight ship here, Skipper.
So I send them back
I'll take
Okay,
that as
so
a
the bat
compliment.
goes,
down to the deck
Everybody
to follow
goes, and Ethan goes,
Bob
and
downstairs.
Does it walk on like its wing feet?
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Well, it's a flying fox, so it's like a big.
there's kind of this
Puppy.
awkward silence as you all standing in the bridge, waiting for the engineers and Daberbeck, or
These
just
guys
kind
were on the
of
deck.
sitting-
Did everybody follow me up to the captain's quarters?
Hey, I assume I followed you up there, because,
You were
yeah.
talking.
Yeah.
Celia gets up. She goes
Like
over
that?
to a cabinet, grabs a nice decanter, brings over glasses, drinks.
Yeah,
I
shit.
actually can contribute to this.
Ooh.
I'll be right back and chase Ethan down
Okay.
before he makes it below deck. When you ask the ladies to come up, can you ask them to bring a box that might have my name on it from the supplies that were brought from town? Please?
Sure. I believe we can arrange that, yes. We got this. So,
Thank you.
so you head
Back
back
to the captain's
in.
quarters.
As he comes back, Cassius. So it's called a potion of toad, and it turns you all grey and warty. And
Are they
It's-
here yet? She's
it's
like,
the
look,
best
looking at
thing
the-
ever. It lets you jump.
Do you want
and
another drink?
breathe and you are a sweetheart.
So she's pouring a very nice bottle of something. This isn't a pour a glass full of something.
Yes.
This
Yeah.
is something
Although she
to-
did feel his kind of heavy.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
You just frying pan him.
You drink?
Not gonna-
Understandable. It's just been a hard couple of days, I figured.
Well, I'm not used to being this big, so I don't want to break anything.
It's just kind of
Yeah.
hanging outside
I've
the
got a-
door.
It's the responsible thing to do.
I've got a large mug that's made out of decent wood, if you'd like.
Yeah, it's just not. You shouldn't operate heavy machinery when
Ah.
inebriated.
I see.
You could just have some of that wine you've got.
Well, for all the help you guys done, I'm sure that if you do want to taste
You know we
when you're
crashed because fucking
back
Rox
to
is
normal
ginormous.
size, then
Oh, welcome back, Sirnon. Have some wine.
I assume I have my own glass.
That's-
Thank you.
Ugh.
Ting, please stay decent. Yeah, no, this is not. I'd like to speak to everybody, at least somewhat level-headed, and not shithouse. So if I have to ask
Hold on.
Lagaitha to beat you in the head with a frying
Well,
pan,
let
and
me
hear
make a
you?
con check.
yeah.
then, so
go ahead.
that
It's really smooth stuff.
Oh no, I'm gone. Actually, wait. That's 7, and then I'm gonna burn my
I've
saving.
literally been gone a minute and a half. Come on,
Well, no, I'm gonna burn some stuff, so hopefully it's
Alright.
not as bad.
do what you have to do to not be.
All right,
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. I assume the captain is 5 of friendly people. Saving face, so that's a 5 plus 6. That's an 11.
You have a +5 to whatever you just rolled if
Yeah.
you're within 10 feet.
Then you're good.
Yeah, and then okay, yeah. No, I'm holding it together.
You know,
My dice
I
are not
distinctly
loving me
remember-
tonight.
my first mate, Burley. He got some kind of beer that changed size. That I think one of the times it changed sizes. I think you might have some if you want to, maybe risk going down a size smaller or maybe a size bigger. Maybe you shouldn't. Never mind.
And you go from very large to half size.
At
That would be
this
the
point,
best Dragonborn.
The door opens and you see
But you would
the
have to put them in his
the
bucket.
two girls walk in and they're kind of confused. Okay, and then so they kind of separate as
They put in the case.
yeah, one of them has a case, but Dev and Vic is. You asked us to be here.
Gentlemen, please have a seat.
Victor, Dave.
Is this some kind of invention?
I start unbuckling my breastplate.
Oh, is it one of those kind of things?
Dov, I don't.
I'm wearing clothes.
I
I'm
don't
wearing
Remember what happened in that one?
Dov, I don't believe this is one of those scenarios.
a linen shirt and buckskin pants. So.
I was gonna say I'm not nearly drunk enough for this kind of a night, Sirnon.
No, and please don't.
The Golden City. That was a
I mean,
good
the
one.
way you lose at chess, I mean, you're gonna be naked pretty fast.
You weren't there.
Yeah.
I wasn't saying that.
Oh, okay. Okay. It's hard to. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah,
wait a
no,
minute.
she's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
making fun of me.
Okay, well, in fairness,
Drop my
Yeah.
breastplate in the corner.
okay, so you dropped your
Drop my
breastplate.
sword belt
Okay.
on top of the breastplate.
So you see,
I'm
you all
wearing
see Sirnon
Boots,
there.
pants, and a shirt.
Eh,
Sword, whip, daggers, everything's in the corner.
Oh.
Gee, why is he getting naked?
I'll oblige Sirnon and just all right. Throw all my swords and
Lagaitha,
shield
got
on
your-
the ground.
Possessions. You know the possessions I'm speaking of. The men are getting undressed.
No pants have come off.
I know I gave you guys some drink, but
Again, no clothes
Okay,
have come
give you that
off.
much.
Just the armor.
I
and the
am
armaments.
very concerned. He
I
asked
know
for
the
the
heat of
women
battle
to come in here,
causes-
and
Roldry, do you need a drink?
Roger likes soft bits. Remember that.
you know what? Like
Roldry, you see this Roldry's he's just there's definitely a perplexed look on his face.
I hold my
He's
glass
not
up to
wrapping around. He pulls it.
I still haven't even had a
and he
drink of this yet.
just laps it up a little bit.
Alright.
I definitely can get down
Alright.
with this. Yes.
Go retrieve the crate from the women, from the female
Okay.
engineers.
The captain starts undoing her.
I don't.
Weapons.
Again, no clothes are coming off, just armor. There's nothing to
Can I
be.
get some of that for Augury? Apparently he needs to get taught.
So one of the engineers is. I don't
Roger.
know why we were summoned.
That's
here.
okay.
Wh-
That's okay.
I brought the case.
Pry the top off a case, and
Josie
inside, nestled in a
is here with me.
Oh.
What did you need from me?
inside the box,
Is
nestled
this
in
one of those kind of
sawdust,
parties?
is another very fine crystal bottle. Pull out, pop the cork. Any other empty glasses? Set it on the table. It's different than what the captain has.
I'll pour a little in, but not too much.
It's potent. Paid a premium in the town we were in, but now might be an okay time as long as this boat doesn't crash again. And,
Cheers to
It might be an okay
Jump
time if
it
it
out.
does crash again.
Please don't say that out loud. You're gonna jinx it.
Vic's
I'm
like,
looking for the guy that's going to make us crash now.
I would gladly take some of that to spare.
Cups up.
That's up.
Okay.
Clank, clank,
Tink,
clank.
tink, tink.
Oh, pinky's out. It's a fancy drink.
I assume captain has a conference table.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a
Like there was her main desk,
Um,
and then to the
on the
side,
table itself.
Okay.
You see a majority of the local star charts. Some of the ones Arvid's familiar with because they were looking over them before, trying to identify with what was going on. And you see that laid out. It's almost like a battle, kind of like a battle map. You'd be familiar. You've seen something like this in the past, but it's kind of laid out. It is a bit unruly as there's a number of different markings and things that have been placed on the board, but yeah, it's there and it can be used to set things and discuss around.
Rhox, I hope you have enough room. I thought we would do this here. There's a little higher ceiling than below decks.
Yeah, this'll work. I'm just gonna be seated.
Arc your glass.
Actually, do you happen to still have that jug?
The alchemy jug.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah? Yeah?
You were thinking the other one too.
It's very small for me, but I'll pop it and just drink some water.
Okay.
Are you sitting on one chair or two chairs
I'm
like
sitting
put
on the
together?
floor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I figure sitting on the floor.
As you guys are doing this, you
Fair
hear
enough.
like, Captain.
Yes.
Is this thing gonna eat us?
The drink.
The drink's still outside.
Yes, Captain.
I'm not to be disturbed unless it's one of the engineers.
You want us to post guard then?
No.
Okay. So he heads out, and you see, like, those who can see through the windows, like, he's making a long berth around the drake. It's outside.
Sitting there, staring at the door.
Everybody's here. Davin
Yep.
Vic.
Yep.
Both the engineers.
Yep. Engineers,
Glass
all
support.
players,
Davin Vic.
except for Levi.
You guys mentioned
Oh, this is good.
being on some business for the state.
Um,
There was
Kingdom?
some issues
Castle, yes.
with maybe some convoluted government officials.
Yes, sir. The last we were noted. We were sent to look around, and we did manage to get a bit of information about a number of heinous situations that were falling under the Empire. There was a town. Did we discuss Thistlebriar with the lord that came over there and started messing about? And we also have
There was concern from some of the higher ups in Cass Rebel that the king had been compromised somehow, either taken over or enthralled or something.
it was not
His
just.
decisions and his mannerisms had
The
completely
king.
changed.
It was a number of high officials we've discovered.
Yes.
Are
So
those-
our task was from a secret council that decided that more information was needed, and our job was to find out if there was things going on that was one of the tasks.
And given the situation of what the nature of this was, we had to take on roles and hide our identities and everything we were doing.
I think there was some upset because of that. I didn't know you guys prior to boarding this boat. I think some of the other people here may have had some experience with you.
We met a
we've
few of
had-
them back when we were wandering with a caravan being caravan guards.
Yes.
I remember that.
They're
You
pretty
guys,
salty people.
you guys lost a dude's head in that one, if I recall.
The caravan guards were salty,
Well,
or Dav and Vic were
he
salty?
was just
Dav and Vic were salty.
another gentleman that we hired to go with us.
Yeah. Yes.
Well-
I cannot pin down Vic's. It's like the curse of Vic. I can never pin down his accent.
That's
Yeah, that was one of the
He's
one of the
too
few
into
ones that
his-
was it's easier to get across and travel through the kingdom when you're hired as guards and people kind of overlook you, and you have a sword and that kind of thing. So we've had other identities, and a few times we've had issues when we've left and perhaps somebody noticed us from a different identity, and most of the time we can handle those pretty well. But this is probably the first time I think we've ever been caught outside of that identity.
Well, the situation
With
with
a
this
full
is
situation,
very.
yes.
Well, to be
Let's just
fair,
put it
you
this way.
you revealed that information on
We
your
did
own.
out
We
of, out of
needed to.
necessity.
This is a situation that is unlike any other situation before. We had to compromise ourselves.
I can understand.
And with the with the kingdom doing business with Ula'Divar, we were worried that maybe the influence was coming from outside. So that's why we booked passage on this ship to get there to see if perhaps these engineers and some of the other ones might have been part of the issue, but so far we've not found any indication of that. We think that maybe it's either inside or maybe there's more information we can learn at Ula'Divar.
I honestly didn't even know that the engineers were here. You didn't include me in none of that. I believed we were going
Not
to.
even straight between.
I believed we were going to the capital to meet back up with our command.
Yes.
I mean, this is a serious situation we got into. The kingdom is not. It is not right. There is a sickness in our kingdom.
There's a lot of things
Fair
going
enough.
on.
Fair enough.
Not just your town.
Not just your town. We need to. I don't know what we have to do, and begrudgingly, I have to say this. Outside of sounding treasonous, we need to start a resistance or something to stop this.
Yeah.
Or we're going to lose what Cass Rebel stands for.
And if there's division in Castle and things start happening there, these people, these Viderians, their whole mission is conquering. They want to expand their empire, and I know it because my entire village was conquered, and I ended up in Northland. I ended up moving. That's how I got to the kingdom, to Castro.
What
But
concerns,
my point is that they are an issue, and if the kingdom of Castro itself is having issues, and they smell blood in the water, there will be an issue much larger than what apparently the
this is exactly
Ula'Divar is dealing with.
my sentiment. This is what I was going to say. So that answers pretty much our end of it. We're here with you. We want to get back
Yes.
as soon as we can. Try and get the information across that we've learned, and hopefully no more damage has been cast while we were gone.
I used the few sending spells I've had, the scrolls I've had to get messages to people in the kingdom into the capital city, but so far I've heard nothing back.
So beyond Ula'Divar and the Viderian Empire, there's already some other corruption within.
Well, is it
Kingdom of
possible?
Castro.
Indeed.
I mean, is it at all possible? The problem my village is having and other places are having is because of Vidian spies who've taken control and is causing the problem to begin
well, we don't think so.
We don't think so.
However, that was part of our mission on this trip to see if there was outside influence.
How much the Vidirians
And
may or
so
may
far
not
we
have
haven't-
infiltrated.
He knows the
Found
Vidirians more closely than I do, but from what I was gathering,
None of them are to
the
be
corruption
trusted.
inside the kingdom was monstrous.
What?
Enslavement,
the
people-
acts that they were doing, rape, enslavement.
Murder.
This does not befit our nation.
Hmm.
And what else concerns me, and I don't mean to bring this up on top of everything else, but what was that incident that was going on in the Grand Falls that we left?
That among others
The,
is
the,
things
the
being
orc
attacked.
attack with trolls and that working together.
Yeah, that's
monstrous.
I was gonna say, I don't know about orcs and trolls, but goblins usually don't like to work together with either of those two things.
exactly, and that's the concern.
And that's another thing. They were there at the Coliseum that
We
day.
don't know if they're connected, but there's
We were
chaos afoot.
I mean, we were set to
everywhere.
We were set to compete that day. We were there to participate.
They interrupted Rhox's match.
Yeah, we saw that.
Rat bastards.
But that's pretty much all we know.
It's just I think good to hear a little communication here, because I think when you guys discovered that these guys may have had an ulterior identity, there was a little bit of upset.
Yeah, we definitely felt that.
Well, you lied to us.
It's our job.
We did. We're sorry.
They've explained that. Is that okay?
Yeah, I mean,
Understanding.
I take it.
I mean, I'm not gonna say I'm sorry for doing it because it's my job to do it. But
It is our job, and
Mate, I've been in the army. I know
we
what
did
it's
what we
like.
had to do, and we're sorry. But we're sorry because you've worked with us, and it's been a good situation.
yes,
But outside of that, we had to do what we had to do. Getting my head.
yes, we would consider you guys friends.
Vic,
in any
you're a bit of a
situation.
wonder worker there, aren't you, mate?
Whether you consider us your friends, that is up to you.
So with the exception of the engineers, the captain,
Mhm.
and myself, everyone seems to have some history here. Captain and the engineers notwithstanding, we've all been in a few conflicts now. And though I haven't lied about anything, I haven't really talked about anything either. And it's interesting that Dav and Vic, your involvement with the government. Do you know Magistrate Grayson?
I've heard of them.
We've
Yes.
heard of them, yes.
Not any of the ones that we were concerned about.
It wasn't.
I was about to ask your
Was it-
opinion of Magistrate Grayson and your interest of.
There's not too many within the council that is aware of everything, but I do know that they did investigations on multiple people, and I don't believe he was one of the ones that was a concern.
So
Everything he was doing seemed within normal as far as I remember. But
pull out of my pocket
Yeah.
a folded piece of parchment with a emblazoned magic seal
Yeah.
and hand it over to you two, and it's
And look
a
at
writ
it.
of passage.
It's a rite of passage.
Magically a letter of
yeah,
magically signed by Magistrate Grayson.
Okay, stop saying magically because it's about to be delicious.
Da-da-ching.
okay.
But yeah,
As we discussed ahead of time,
Frozen.
7 p.m.
No.
just for the sake of
But I am
for
on,
the sake of people who don't know, just
Well,
explain out loud.
and I'm about
what
to,
it-
yeah.
okay,
But
yeah.
so you guys, for your sake.
Oh.
Um,
Magic brick.
I've got some involvement with the state as well. Nothing top secret. It's interesting that these two brought up the upset among officials. I'm headed to the capital as well, returning from an assignment by one of the magistrates that apparently checks out. That isn't a concern from or amongst these two for the same thing, a duke in Caldwaite that was accused of rape. And
So you're saying this magistrate
Grayson.
sent you to investigate this?
Yeah, that's kind of what I've done for the last few years. Served as the hand of the magistrate.
I wonder if this is well in our organization. It goes by great.
Young man.
Yeah.
Pocket
Pokemon. Wow.
Pokemon.
Sorry. Whoa.
I apologize.
Did you win the battle?
Ruining the mood instantly.
Yeah, just kill the.
Sorry,
kill it.
guys.
Shit,
I haven't even.
Magistrate Grayson.
Magistrate
I wonder
Grayson?
if this is who
Oh
you
yeah,
thought. Yeah.
I wonder if Magistrate Christin is the one in our organization known as the Greybeard.
Well, I never connected that. Maybe.
You probably working on the same tasks as us.
Could be.
Just more on the surface, I guess.
The Duke in Caldwaite was brought up on rape charges, and instead of appearing in court, decided to cut off communication, and I was sent to investigate and pass judgment.
Not sure. Yeah. What is it do?
I have his signet ring and a little extra to take back to the capital.
Soft bits.
Soft bits.
That's
Included?
That's rather interesting. That's good to know. Yeah, if that seems to be
Remind
the
me
case,
never to cross you.
well, we would be more than happy to return with you back to our organization and discuss potential solutions for this problem when we do make it back to Casravel. Although that not being able to communicate back is more concerning. You see, as
Well, I mean,
As
I've
Vic,
communicated
he's
to
kind
them,
of-
but
he's kind of lost a bit of like steadfastness, and there is a worry over his face that you openly see.
It seems like with the conflict we've been in and everything going on, I think we would all benefit from a little disclosure of our strengths and weaknesses and motivations, mindset moving forward.
I'm terrible at chess.
Apparently I am too, so I've only been playing it my whole life.
Even if we get in
Keep
one
that
more
in mind.
conflict and we're all able to benefit from that, I think we could cooperate a little better together if we understand where everyone's coming from and what we're all capable of.
Okay.
So we have it a powwow. Alright.
Anyone here have any problems with that?
No?
Now go ahead.
Does anyone here have anything to hide?
I think we've been open with what we have, and
I don't.
I know that we've been open with our natures. We leave it to you. We've been talking quite a bit.
Cassio's gonna reach into his bag and pull out a nice little book and just kind of lay it on the table.
Ooh, look at that!
A book!
It's a book.
This is
Rolgy perks up his ears.
easy this
Is that
slick.
one of them romance novels?
Oh, you wish.
So
It'd
I
probably
take
be-
love.
Probably be written in a language you could read it too. I mean, if we're disclosing information, I've rattled on about my old man, but for a long, long time he was a very high-ranking wizard within Casravel. He's
If I may, 1 second, please.
oh,
Take the letter, put it on the table next to your book.
Yeah.
If anyone else
right.
would like to see it. I will offer up, if anyone has any objections, speak up. I don't see why they would. If no one has anything to hide. Normally this would be under different circumstances. I've spent a lot of time intimidating people in the pursuit of justice. However, for the sake of disclosure, any objections to me applying another zone of truth as I did outside the ship?
By all
I'll
means,
lend everything
mate.
I have.
I have no problem with that.
I'll
I have
hit.
nothing to
Vic
hide. If
says.
anybody else doesn't have
Doc
anything to
says.
hide,
The engineer Josie's. Does that mean I'm gonna like tell you about like all my secrets? And,
Only if
like-
he
I don't
asks
think
you
anybody's
about
gonna
them.
ask any.
Atala says.
Okay, look. The only thing I want to say
This
that
is not just for my sake. This is for everyone.
the only
Everyone
thing I need to
present.
say is that some of these ship designs are top secrets, so I'm not gonna write anything down.
I don't think anyone's gonna ask anything
Okay.
compromising, but
Other
you
than
have
that,
been
I'm
implicated.
pretty-
I will say.
You ladies have been implicated
Don't
in.
take too much offense if there is something that you ask and we just know we can't. We will walk out. Don't take it personally.
Well.
We have a lot at stake. But we will try and be as forthcoming as possible with any answers. But if it becomes too...
Can we make an Arcana check to see how much he
You can't
understands about his
lie.
own, his own
Right.
truth and its
Sure.
abilities?
So,
You're not inclined to
Okay, I've got a
disclose
15
anything
plus
that you
7.
very
otherwise
well.
wouldn't.
Then we're
Pretty
good
much
as well.
no
Yeah.
understands it.
You know that
All right.
you can't tell a lie.
if
but
it-
Well,
If
do
it makes
wanna
you feel
say-
better, ladies, just from my own knowledge of the spell he's proposing, you're not forced to answer anything. It's
Right,
just
that's what I
when
just
you
said.
when you choose to answer, it is truthful.
Right. You're not inclined to disclose anything you otherwise wouldn't. However,
Lagaitha, if
I'm okay then.
you're okay, I'm okay.
Well, the trick is they have to actually ask you the right
And
question.
that's okay.
again, this isn't about prying. This is simply.
I'm giving my permission if you're okay with it. So,
I
Lagaitha,
guess.
Rhox?
so far, Lagaitha, Roldry, the girls, the engine, Dav and Vic.
Consent?
I mean, we can
Rhox
leave
just
whenever
says,
we want.
Yes, no? Any problem? Again, this is not to pry. This is simply in the.
Really?
So that there is no distrust, because I know there was some before,
You know what?
or some issues with people previously thinking that they'd been lied to.
It's probably good for us to have a talk and just air things out with each other. You're going to be traveling for a while, so I dig where you're going.
And not on the sake of prying for anything, simply
So then,
to make
there's-
sure everything is
you
above
know,
board.
that leaves the only people left here is Arvid and Sealy.
Arvid was okay.
Oh, did you?
Arvid?
Yeah,
Sorry,
I
I
think
apologize.
three different times, I'm like, yes, fine.
Oh, okay.
That's fine.
okay. I want to be clear. I
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
hear it. Sealy?
See?
Captain,
I
Skip
have nothing to hide that I wouldn't be afraid of answering.
All right.
Okay.
fair enough.
Zone us up.
The truth shall set you free.
Hallelujah.
Everyone gets a little tingle. You can choose, as with any spell, I think you can choose to
I
not,
will take
to
the
not
10.
resist.
Yep.
What does it say?
It's 16.
What kind of save?
Charisma.
I feel.
Just out of curiosity.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna use my inspiration.
So you're gonna resist?
Yeah.
The DM inspiration?
Yep. Even worse.
You live by the inspiration, you
Again, it's
die
not
by
about
the
crying.
inspiration.
Roll a
It's
19.
simply
Hey, it's
Okay.
fair enough.
round table. Yeah.
Yeah. So he resisted.
You don't know that though.
You
No,
don't
I
know.
do.
he automatically
No,
does.
he knows.
Oh,
Yeah.
you don't? Oh,
I do, though.
People in the zone know they're affected by it, and the caster knows if they resist or
There you
fail.
go. Good to know.
Arvid, you have something to hide?
No.
I don't know. Everyone else seems to have submitted on even ground, but
Dab started to resist, but just was like, yeah, whatever. Just out of spite.
Well,
myself included, for the sake of everything being above board, if you have something to hide, this doesn't make me real comfortable.
Trust that the words that come out of my mouth are truth.
I don't know if I can
Are you
do
gonna
that.
roll an inspiration? Or
Should we take a break since it's...
yeah. You know, with that, before we get, I'm gonna say, go ahead. You know, real quick. Does anybody want to see if he's gonna be telling the truth?
I mean, I'll roll an insight on him
Yeah,
just
yeah.
just
I'm
cause.
just, I'm just asking because. Sometimes,
Nope.
I think regardless.
Yeah.
So it's 15, was insight?
Nah.
16.
I literally just did it to see if I could resist. I didn't plan on actually succeeding.
Because
So
you
he
get
was
the-
just-
You kind of get this feeling
16.
based on just okay. So you kind of get this feeling based on your current dealings with Arvid in the past that he was just resisting because he's of that nature.
Because
Like,
he could.
just wants to toy with all the things that that other people did it.
We
and
can do
that's
this.
why he did it.
We can do this on camera on a break. We did discuss earlier, and I said, look, just fucking play along and go with me. So if
Yeah,
you're gonna
so-
resist, this is not. I don't trust you. It doesn't matter what the inside check is or not. I don't trust you.
Okay, well, that's what it is. So we're with that right now. We're gonna take a quick break, just because we can, and then we'll come back to this powwow of sorts, as it were. And thank you guys for all who are viewing right now and dealing with our off and on connection. I will try and put some music on that will actually cycle through, and hopefully be back shortly.
Playlist.
Yeah.
Overboard. A man overboard. We've been here before. A long story short, you walked out the door. Gotta get over myself. The drinks, they don't help. I've got to at least try. We're spinning out of control, and I've just got to know if I follow, will it turn the ship around? If I let go, will it leave me here to drown? Gotta get over myself, this can't be farewell. I've got to at least try. If I follow, will you turn the ship around as I'm slowly sinking down? Just another night, just another fight. Will it be alright? 'Cause now you're out of sight. Gotta get over myself. The drinks, they don't help. I've got to at least try. I'm breaking up inside. Got to swallow my pride. If I follow, will it turn the ship around? If I follow, if I let go, will it leave me here to drown? Gotta get over myself, this can't be farewell. I've got to at least try. If I follow, will you turn the ship around as I'm slowly sinking down? As I'm slowly sinking down. Standing on the porch in the night, thinking how we used to be way back in time. In time. Barefoot on the grass, open skies. I can feel it every time I close my eyes. My eyes, yeah. Can you remember when we were young and free? Like queens a steady stream, but you gotta keep on going. You gotta live that dream. I know I ain't supposed to feel it, but oh how it feels. Nothing ever comes to me, yeah, in a steady stream, but you gotta keep on going. You gotta live that dream. I know I ain't supposed to feel it, but oh how it feels. Instead of letting it go, I let it stay. So we wait for you. A man overboard. We've been here before. A long story short, you walked out the door. Gotta get over myself. The drinks, they don't help. I've got to at least try. We're spinning out of control, and I've just got to know. If I follow, will it turn the ship around? If I let go, will it leave me here to drown? Gotta get over myself, this can't be farewell. I've got to at least try. If I follow, will you turn the ship around? As I'm slowly sinking down. Just another night, just another fight. Will it be alright? 'Cause now you're out of sight. Gotta get over myself. The drinks, they don't help. I've got to at least try. I'm breaking up inside. Got to swallow my pride. If I follow, will it turn the ship around? If I follow, if I let go, will it leave me here to drown? Gotta get over myself, this can't be farewell. I've got to at least try. If I follow, will you turn the ship around? As I'm slowly sinking down. As I'm slowly sinking down. Standing on the porch in the night, thinking how we used to be way back in time. In time. Barefoot on the grass, open skies. I can feel it every time I close my eyes. My eyes, yeah. Can you remember when we were young and free? Like queens up on the thrones. Never surrender, we're having too much fun. Could feel it in my bones. I was never
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Who are
Sorry
you?
for the delay. We
Okay.
had unexpected.
So here's what we got. So where we last left off, they were sitting at the table, and they were getting ready to do stuff. He lays out Sirnon lays out a cone. I want to say cone, but it's not.
Zone.
A
Zone.
zone of truth.
A cone of truth.
It seemed as if everyone had submitted to the zone of truth, and yet Arvid seemed like he resisted it, even though he had stated that he was going to participate. But little did the party know, is in that moment, a shifting of magic. Not like
his magical surges, but a shifting of magic flickered around Arvid as Arvid pops out of the room.
It's magic.
And now Arvid is not currently within the space on the ship.
Darn.
Why does he just explode with magic
Anybody
like
who has
that?
Arcana wants to try to figure
Yeah,
out
if
what it
anyone's
is,
got an
you can-
Arcana check, want to make an Arcana check?
Nope.
I would.
Sure.
I don't have Arcana worth of shit.
16 plus up.
All right, I guess I'll be the Arcana guy because
I'm
mine's
a
a
jack of all trades.
7.
Well, I want to see what
18.
everybody does. 18.
Yeah, I rolled 3.
Nope, I got a 9.
Okay.
Consistent low roller, so.
Hold on. Let me.
Lagaitha,
All right.
you identify the makings of the spell. You kind of feel like you've seen this in stuff you've read. It's not entirely in the nature of your professional, cleric stuff, but you do know that it is some form of teleportation magic.
Okay.
Alright. So,
But you did notice you don't think he cast it.
Yeah, he didn't cast it. You could tell that he did nothing but, and then disappear.
He didn't teleport himself away. Something or someone teleported him away.
Correct. Yep.
fair enough. All right.
A little
So,
startling.
Roldry, did you see that?
Lagaitha. I did.
I thought these walls were protected.
Like reaches his paws up and touches his head, and you see the Roldry just. I think Arvid is speaking to me. Who's Elton Brownwing? Anyway, an Elton Brownwing, his uncle pulled him home, said that he was needed there immediately, and just brought him there through. How do I talk back?
sorry.
For mine.
You may reply to this
Just think
message.
it.
At the tone.
I don't think he's hearing me. He keeps talking. I was hoping he would take us with him.
Anyway,
No.
we were going to have a powwow ourselves.
He
So,
shakes his head. I don't know.
Everything seems to be on the up.
From what I understand, there's some kind of
Dinner's
war
ready.
raging or something.
Oh,
And
he mentioned that there was an issue.
he needed his nephew's assistance, this Elton Brownland.
Yeah, he did mention that there was an issue back home.
I do hope he's okay. All right.
John.
so
That's all he can gather from the conversation.
neat.
Okay.
Huh.
Bye, Felicia.
Well, hopefully everything's okay and
Yeah.
above board. Ultimately, once again, the reason I asked everything was to try to instill some trust among those of us that are spending a lot of time in close quarters together. Nobody has anything to hide. Hopefully,
Well,
we can trust each other with just our backs, if nothing else. We've had to fight together, but we haven't discussed who can do what, how, when, to aid each other, to defend each other, to cover each other. It's an interesting situation. We've kind of made it work, but are we being utilized to our best, to the best of our abilities? Are we supporting each other to the best of our abilities? There's a dragon creature drake thing out on the deck that I don't know any of us knew about until tonight.
kill him ranges in the sand was the first I'd seen it. No.
There was this magic talking in my head. It's it's Arvid again. He said to tell Sirnon that he was going to. He was messing around and he's sorry. He was going to leave and come back in.
All right. Duly noted.
He wanted you to know that.
Okay, fair enough. Hopefully he makes it back. I'm not exactly sure how what's going on works with him, but hopefully he makes it back.
Seeing as we're in the zone of truth, I want to know which one of us is better looking, me or Vic.
I'm gonna look
Rhox.
at the two.
You were at first. He's not lying.
Vic shakes his head.
Here's the zone of truth. I'm saying, I get it.
I'm gonna refrain from saying.
Yes. Same here.
Anyway,
So,
you guys are smart.
as an example, I don't have extremely strong medical, I would say, prowess or abilities, but worst comes to worst, I have a little bit of medical support available. I have a little bit of healing abilities, but I largely revolve around controlling fear and helping those around me and impairing those against me. I don't know how else to describe it.
I thought that was a pretty good description.
Interrogator?
I have some interrogation skills. I've been employed as a level of interrogator, and again, just a Carr.
So you more of a mercenary or a bounty hunter? Just
I've served both purposes to some degree. Not mercenary on a large scale, but I have worked for money before. In the pursuit of justice, though I'm not inclined to simply serve the law because someone stole a loaf of bread. Justice is something that I see fit to apply, I think, at my liberty. Whether everyone agrees to that or not is subject to some debate. That said, I've never taken a job that I didn't see just. Again, I think the loaf of bread example is a good.
everyone's got their own
good to
point of
stand
view.
by. I'm not implicated to go imprison someone or punish someone because they were doing what they had to do to survive.
Urchin steals a little food off the side to feed his starving brothers and sisters. Yeah.
Funny you say that. I grew up with a lot of urchins.
Yeah.
Very familiar with that.
Here's the thing.
example.
What about the merchant? He's got to eat too.
Merchant makes money though.
If his goods aren't stolen, sure.
That's true.
Oftentimes, using the loaf of bread as an example, the merchant's not often, in my experience, recompensated. The urchin gets imprisoned, punished, whipped. But what does the merchant get out of it? The satisfaction of knowing?
No, understandable. I agree with you. There's no reason to overly punish someone who's desperate to survive. However, there is, I believe, and this is just to contribute my own personal morals, a lesson be learned there, and
Oh, absolutely.
a
No, I
way
agree.
to make all parties happy.
I agree with you.
So
But again, I think not to take away from that. The example I was using was imprisonment or physical punishment, or some legalities may impose a severe punishment for something as simple as stealing a loaf of bread.
being overzealous where it's not necessary.
Right. So that said, I've never taken a job of that manner. The example, myself returning to the capital now, was one of rape.
That's a pretty harsh crime.
those are the jobs I may be inclined to pursue. He admitted his crime in a zone of truth, much as we have here. At the witness of his own
Yeah, I didn't admit that.
cleric. No, the dude.
So, I
Yeah.
know, yeah.
Under the witness of his own cleric, who actually administered the spell.
Ooh. Little
So,
court intrigue.
in that case, I
Just to
serve
put it out,
justice.
just to put it out there, I find that particular punishment a little sadistic for my taste. I understand you have your own means of justice to deal out, but it does make me a little queasy.
He's not gonna rape again, though. Just saying.
It's true, but
That is. I suppose I'm a bit conflicted here, because on one hand I understand his point and why he did it, because yeah, that'll teach the bloke a good lesson, but yeah, you got a point that is a bit...
they build contraptions, iron contraptions that can strap around the pelvis for such an occasion. At least in my tribe, I don't know.
No, and that's fair. In my experience, fear holds a high standing in influencing one's actions. So, if I can prevent him from following that same path moving forward, or those that know him, maybe his company, I find fear to be particularly effective. Fear, intimidation. Just my experience, personal experience, as applied to me.
It's...
I don't mean to interrupt. You had a book you were speaking on?
No, I just put it on the table, trying to prove that I'm here.
Yeah, no, you
I mean, I could talk
explaining
about it
something
if
about
you
your
want
book?
to. I don't know much of what's in it, because I can't read the fucking language it's been written in.
Do you know what that language might be?
It is
or-
Sylvan. I recognize the script, but it's all gobbledygook to me. My father, being a high elf, was fluent in multiple languages. Sylvan was the one he preferred to write his scrolls and spells and journal notes in.
Yeah, I can't help you there.
Yep.
I dated a Sylvan girl once.
Well,
They prefer to be called elves.
I only know some cuss words, but other than that,
Those are the only ones that matter.
while we're on the subject of what we can contribute, I may be able to help you with that. See, my line of work as a entertainer, athlete of sorts, it's imperative for the radical one to communicate with a variety of audiences. And so comprehending different languages is fully within my repertoire.
I might just have to take you up on that then.
Sure.
Says,
Some of the other things I do, just to put it out there, much like Sirnon, I have a little bit of healing, can do a little bit of buffing, mostly myself, but the rest of the party is.
I can see that.
Oh yeah, so much taller.
Like,
Yeah. I mean, if we're throwing it out there, I mean, I've talked about growing up with me old man. I'm by no means a wizard, but I have some experience in most of the forms of magic out there. A bit of alchemy, bit of, the different schools, different, just general knowledge of magic that I can always bring to the table if we need it. And I haven't talked about it much, but I did a stint in the army, and I'm trained in some general survival techniques too. So if we ever have a need to find food, make shelter, that kind of stuff, I'm quite capable of helping out in that regard as well.
good to know. Not to take away from this interaction, but I think it's important that everyone here understand what the ladies have to say. Sorry guys. I know you.
I look at Lagaitha.
Yeah, I was going to say, I look at Lagaitha.
I'm looking at the other ladies.
The
I
engineers.
thought you were talking about.
No,
you
the
and
engineers. I know you ladies have a job to do down below, and I don't want you to get in trouble. However, you've been implicated in this whole thing. Now, no one admitted that you were on board. Rhox, Lagaitha, and I were down.
I've never been to the Vidarian Empire.
That's funny, because nobody said that anything about the Vidarian Empire.
Oh, you
coming to
said I've
get
been
you.
implicated.
You
so-
were implicated. I
Yeah.
didn't say anything
Oh, I know.
about.
It's their nasty trick. They try to get people. They use various methods to get people to turn in people to get rewards, and it's one of their many means of deception. Because of the knowledge I have as an engineer and airship creator and designer, I'm sure they want me because they lost their last person.
Out of character question. This is Josie?
Yes.
Okay.
I wasn't doing the high pitches voices.
I just wanted to make sure I knew which one was.
She's a little more serious than she kind of.
It's an interesting take on things. Guys?
I guess it's
I've
guess
never
it's
been.
Lagaitha?
good way to steal
Right.
people and bring them into
Any-
your fold.
Thoughts? Just you were there for
I
the
don't know. Have you been?
our guest that's in the brig, his accusations. So I didn't know if you had any questions for the ladies.
What'd you steal?
Nothing. We created an airship, and they want it.
Okay.
It's not this airship, is it?
No, but this one in where we implemented some design features from that one.
Augmented.
Yes.
And that ship, it was not from the Vidarian Empire.
No.
Nothing.
No.
None of the science, math, none of
No,
it.
I believe I heard word that they took another engineer and used him to start creating their own airships. They don't have access to airships like we do. Well, they have some rudimentary stuff like low flight stuff. They have
Nothing as advanced.
nothing
as
as advanced as that. And their mission, I'm assuming, is to expand their empire as they always have, and the access to not only higher flying ships and faster ships and ships that are protected. Clearly, you can see the damage they could wreak havoc anywhere.
Oh yeah.
So
Suicide troops.
part of our
Explosives.
mission, one of our missions was to go to Cassio, and we picked up Ethan.
Stuff.
Ethan.
We picked up Ethan because he's working with the Kingdom Cassio, and I know that we have a peace agreement, and we're working on trade. And part of that trade was some ship designs for further travel and for faster transport.
So
Not all the military upgrades necessarily.
So I'm to assume that this fancy new ship of yours is in the city we're heading to?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, some of them are.
Ula'Divar
But
or Cassio?
Ula'Divar. Yeah. No, part of our mission was to go there, and yeah, I mean you might be able to speak more on that. That was more of your thing. I'm just mostly a designer.
Yeah. The ship is there. We need to keep it quiet. We can't really tell people this because it may bring down serious repercussions on Ula'Divar and the guild nation of Dahar.
Yeah, they don't think we've built it yet.
Oh, they think it's in
And
development or something?
Yes, hence why I don't think they realized that this ship was capable of some of that. Otherwise, I think they would have tried to capture the ship versus destroying it.
Are they not aware of Ethan's abilities or involvement? Or they had all three of you. We
I'm sure they are.
went and retrieved you. It only seems to be that they're looking for you two.
You know why, right? Ethan is not just a engineer. Ethan is a blacksmith, and he is. Huh?
Are you sure we're oversharing or no?
I mean, they're gonna find out anyways.
My brother is,
Hey, finish your brothers.
yes.
Oh.
He is one of the guild masters that helps rule over Ula'Divar.
Oh, we got royalty on board.
Not royalty.
He also runs the blacksmith guild as its master in Ula'Divar. He works with other nations like Casravel to essentially drum up trade and make deals, because Ula'Divar is the central point for almost all mining activity, minerals, metals. If you're looking for it, Ula'Divar has it.
Yep. I mean, he's the one who set up trade with what's that, Kaldamar? Or
Kaldamar?
Yeah, Kaldamar. I could never say it right.
Kaldamar.
Not sure I know what that is.
It's on the border of Dahar, the nation.
Ah.
Kind of in between us and Verdirian Empire.
The buffer state almost.
What we do know is they are currently at war.
With the Vidarian Empire?
Yes.
How's that going for them?
They saved them off. Yeah, they've saved them off for years, and thankfully the Darian Empire is pretty far away.
Yeah,
But
there's been implications that they are trying to cut off all trade to Kaldamar.
Yeah.
And by doing so, they're attacking us.
I know they had some issues in the north, but I don't know too much about that. I just know that.
Yeah, we only know
But thankfully, it's
what
not.
little we do
connected to
know
that.
is it's relating to the airships and this state.
Really like those airships.
They're a marvel.
Yeah.
No, it's true.
I mean, if you don't have it, they're gonna want it.
No, that makes sense.
I mean, they are beautiful. I mean, look at this work.
I look at some of the damaged ceiling that's been rudimentally repaired.
And yet it's,
A little whistle now.
and she goes, and yet it's still flying
Smoothly.
as
Oh.
much as it can.
This time.
Yeah, it's
Think of all that
a
it's been through.
Hey, no, we were not the original designers of this ship. We just simply enhanced it.
Alright.
yeah, but it's kind of hard to brag about something that's crashed twice.
Lagaitha, Sean, anything else for the ladies?
I still don't know why it crashed.
Oh.
Wasn't our
Speaking
design.
on the ship and
I'm sorry.
the advanced technology, how long will it take us now that we're airborne to get to Ula'Divar?
Day?
Yeah. I think he's probably running us a little slower than we could go because he's so worried about things breaking. But I'm pretty sure it's
A
fine.
day?
I mean,
You
he
know,
is a
I like his
master.
attitude a lot better than yours right now.
If that, I
By
trust
tomorrow
him.
night.
I'm just saying I trust
If
him.
that,
Yeah.
after
All right.
He's always a careful.
you guys go to bed at night, and then it's
Oh,
just barely far away from there, I would imagine.
All right.
All right. You
Anyone
say
has
so.
any questions for us? She seems a little
I think I'm
irritated. Just a little irritated, but
Yeah.
she's cooperating.
No, that's.
Hey, what's your name again?
Atala? I
Uh-huh.
knew it.
I didn't.
Any questions for
I would
me?
do. And that's having battle.
My name's Josie.
Hi, Josie.
Josie Tyler, I appreciate
Oh, I
it.
know your name.
Thank you for
Stab.
joining us. Again,
So is the whole thing dead?
Josie,
I'll show you
I don't
later.
think you have any more questions for us, and we don't really need to be a part of this conversation, so let's go back down and help my brother.
Okay.
Goodbye, ladies.
thank you, ladies.
And they leave. They head out.
You might stay away from the brig because the captive, we've denied your existence. FYI.
Thank you.
Duly noted, thank you.
Oh, and make sure you speak with Dev and Vic afterwards. I asked them to see about getting you some disguises from here on out. And just in case. We'll be in Ula'Divar soon, but you never know.
Good idea.
disguises.
All right.
That's like,
I
what?
am handy
What
with a
about
disguise
disguise?
kit,
What
just
am I being tasked
as
with?
an aside, in case anyone
Ah!
needs
I
any
don't know.
help.
We'll figure it out.
Good to know.
Me too.
What
We'll
do you have?
figure it out. Do
What?
you guys have any questions for us? Well, we can go work on that with the ladies.
The only thing I'd ask is maybe one of you keep an eye on the prisoner, one of you keep an eye on the door to the engineering room, just to be safe. That
Okay.
way we've got all the bases
Bob is down
covered.
there. The bat's down there. I'm not.
No,
you guys,
yeah, I
it's
get-
up to you guys.
that's-
If we do get in another conflict, though,
Yeah.
I don't really know anything about what you guys can or can't do. Maybe these guys know. You had some experience with these guys before.
I saw them on the battlefield. They pulled out some cool, like, whirlwind dervishing thing.
I stabbed Dave and he kept standing, so...
I am a samurai.
You're kidding.
Can you elaborate on your what you bring to a fight?
Damn you, Kyoto.
I
I'm
saw they say that samurais
I'm a
do
fighter.
card battles.
I can kick ass. I can sometimes teleport.
Sometimes
I'm pretty good at
teleport.
gambling.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That
Love
is
the
nothing
ladies.
for a fight.
Dave, I think you're oversharing now.
Well, you never know. Sometimes you need to take that high-risk maneuver and just hope for the best.
Sure.
The only other thing I can offer to you is,
Kinda like
if it's ever necessary,
That's
and
how I
you're-
survived a orc camp.
Dave, if it's ever necessary, and we're ever in that area, I'm originally from the land of Alokia.
Lokia.
Okay.
I don't have a
Wasn't one of you
I'm gonna
from
buy a
the
map soon.
Yeah,
Spire
well, it wasn't the Vidarian Empire before. It was a small town, and it's now wiped off the map. But yeah, it would have been somewhere on the outskirts of outskirts of the Vidarian.
David.
Dave.
Well,
Dave and Victor.
technically, Vic's real name is Kyoto.
We know what we call them.
Oh yeah. Dad doesn't know his real name.
There you have it.
That's okay, Dave. Victor doesn't know his real voice, so...
defensive abilities, any healing abilities, particular weaknesses
wow,
that
really?
we need to worry about?
I forget what I have.
Anything we need to keep an eye out for?
Well, because I don't have it up on this one. Sorry.
Pastries.
You don't just like fly into the air and randomly start exploding and stuff, right?
Oh no.
Allergic reactions.
You'd
be a badass till a bee comes around.
I was gonna say, are you a shellfish
Suddenly
or
we're
peanut
making,
guy?
Suddenly we're making death rolls.
Yeah.
You land in a peanut factory. All of a sudden, you can't breathe now.
No, not a medieval peanut factory.
Yeah, I'm just a fireman.
It's like, oh no, crabs! I'm allergic to shellfish.
Don't downplay it.
But you can teleport.
To be fair, we
Sorry,
can
I didn't
teleport.
interrupt
Well, yeah. Let's just say that, like, when I fight, if I get hit,
Oh,
I can either.
That's true. Brava.
No, he found it.
No,
Give it time, he'll lose it again.
Yeah, bro.
Sorry,
It's
very,
fleeting.
very
Yes.
sorry. That I don't know what's wrong.
How's your head concussion, Victor?
Not well.
Okay.
Not well at all.
None here.
Speaking of which, did you want to keep that now that you've expended it? Weren't we discussing
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
rewarding?
Oh, yeah, mate. He takes off a ring, hands it to you.
Okay.
Oh god!
Just
That's
tiny
one of the
little
things.
ring.
Yeah. Oh, if you try to put it on, it'll.
Yeah, well,
You
I'll
fit
wait
it
till
over
I-
one knuckle right now. Stick it on your pinky for the moment.
It's magical.
It's magical. I place it on it too.
He starts to eat it.
What does it do?
I believe they called it a ring of spellstoring.
One of the wizards gave me a ring with a whole bunch of stuff I could use
Whoa,
for missions.
okay.
I've used all of them up.
Neat.
Interesting.
You guys saw me teleport the other day to like the dude.
So you have no innate magic abilities.
He's essentially a brute.
Good to know. Good to know.
Yeah. I use a lot of magic items if I can.
That's okay.
I'll snicker snack it.
We're kind of like the sword and shield.
Yeah. He pulls out his two swords.
I mean, I'm a sword and bow guy too, but I still sling a spell when I need to.
Yes.
Guys gotta
But can
expand
you
your
do-
horizons.
But can you do this?
Although,
Stop swinging those around. You're gonna hit somebody. Or knock the wine
You want
over.
to show him your mustache?
Like
we
the
need
any
to get going.
questions for the boys?
Unless they have Lagaitha.
Questions for
Not
boys.
rap royalty song. Fucking, can we get Vic out of here? I cannot
Too
hold
many
his,
PCs.
I
Too many
cannot hold his
PCs.
accent for the shit. What?
Do you have any questions
Bye,
for the
guys.
boys?
All right.
See you
Vic is
later.
out. Like, no more Vic tonight.
Goodbye,
The
Vic.
captain just has it.
I hope your head stops hurting.
Is drinking.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Hello, fat kitty.
Captain, is everything above board now with us? There's no more. We're going to Ula'Divar, and then after that to the capital.
Yeah.
Our former
well-
destination before all of this.
Yeah, my intention, I think, when we get there, we bought a lot of supplies, and while you guys were getting stuff, I had Burley grab some stuff, and because of all these issues that we've had, they've agreed to equip a little bit more onto my ship. So my intention is to get as fixed up and as good as possible. So I'm going to be a little bit longer. I think I'm going to try to send a message to let them know that we're still alive, we're still on our way. That's my intention. And then, if you guys are still here, so I don't know how long we're going to be there, how long the repairs are going to take. It really depends on,
Planning on making extensive repairs at dock in
yeah.
Ula'Divar.
because I don't trust to go over, I don't want to go back overland and end up with these guys
We
attacking
have
us
water to
again.
cross, I think.
Yeah, on some of the start ship walls, start talking, you see the map, you see it. I think if we just cut straight across, there's a big crevice in the middle of the thing. I think we just cut across it to the broken, to the shattered cliffs, and then just head straight on water after that. Rather
know
than my
we,
normal route.
We had our. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, as long as we don't shatter on the shattered cliffs.
Oh no, that's the shattered cliffs are named because something 1,000 years ago or so that caused them to fall into the ocean. That's what I heard.
So, but I find this rather Lagaitha. I find this rather interesting. I do recall when we first got here that Captain Sui wasn't entirely familiar with this area, and now she knows the history of these cliffs.
I'm not. Let's just say that as a captain, I've traveled many places. I learned the names of things, and I learned how to get around places. Have I been inside all these cities? No. I've never been inside of
This is a
Glasswell.
terrain feature, not a city.
Yes.
And
I
we
know.
weren't in the city before. Just
No, I'm saying I've never been to the city. I've never been to the desert. I've never been to Ula'Divar specifically, but I have traveled outside of regular trade routes, and I make it my.
Are you a
mission to know.
smuggler?
Perhaps I have smuggled a few items and people.
Lagaitha,
in
my time?
people.
And people, yes.
she's a well
I
trained
And
was
people, I
people.
can't. There may have been people on board who had things smuggled in them. I didn't do it.
You're a don't ask, don't tell kind of lady, huh?
Now you get it. Now you get it.
We
For certain fees above normal grade, I take extra routes around.
you made that very apparent.
Inspections,
We
I mean, how else do you think I pay for this beautiful ship?
we butted heads a little bit.
Again,
my father
I-
had a ship. And,
Again, I look at the ship in its disheveled condition.
creaking.
My once beautiful ship, and will be again. Thank you.
But do you have an airship?
Exactly. Do you?
If I did, I don't think it'd crash in the middle of the desert.
I'd like to see. you.
Rhox, did you have something?
Perhaps you can buy it
For the
when you get
captain?
there.
Roll?
I had something to discuss with Rhox, but do ask the captain something, I guess, if you have something.
I just kind of thought about a big hole in what's going on. We were attacked by the Black Clouds, right?
Aye.
Couple times.
When we first
And when
left,
we
yes.
fell, the Vidirian Empire came upon our
Rushed us up.
wreck
Seemed to know where the ship was
and
pretty
apparently
quick.
knew to go after the engineers. So how is it that the Black Clouds and the Vidarian Empire knew about our location when you apparently seem to specialize?
In avoiding.
Well, we did kill 2 spies of the Black Cloud. We know that.
Yes, yes.
There's a possibility there may be a Vidarian spy on board.
But I mean, even we weren't aware of where we were headed on that ship. Remember, we
That's true.
tried to ask the captain.
It would
We
have to be an
couldn't get any-
intimate relation to the captain.
How well do we know that Bob guy?
How well do we know Bob?
Right.
Or what's the first mate again? Burley?
That's Burley.
So-
Bob is the muscle.
Are
Yeah,
you
but
are you
Burley, I don't
insinuating
know too
that
well
I
either.
had something to do with it?
No.
Either you or one of your high-ranking officers.
How
It is
well?
ironic that everybody seems to know where we're at but us.
So I've known
But
about
you-
I've known about the Black Cloud for a long time. They're pirates. I go around them and I go around the regular patrols. I have nothing ever to do with them. So them attacking me, I assumed was them trying to get the cargo. Now, as far as us being attacked, I don't even know what attacked us. It was lightning or some kind of storm. I don't know if it was somebody who told them where we were.
Lagaitha knows.
To be
Lagaitha.
clear, Captain,
But as far as I know,
Oh,
I
shit.
have no.
I told them they didn't listen to me.
there was a suspected or talk of a dragon and,
A dragon?
and lightning, and you
That would make sense.
do know that I saw
Yes.
a dragon near what appeared to be its den.
Yes. So, with the Black Cloud, I don't know. I assumed they were just going after the treasure. With the knowledge of her saying that it was probably a dragon, and the dragon near that, we may have stumbled across a dragon lair. Is it a coincidence? Yes. Is it something that someone gave away precision? I don't know. Something I'm going to attempt to find out. But as far as my first officer, I don't think he gave anything away. He's been with me since the beginning. And every other part of this crew are paid, but pretty well. And most information, they don't know always what we're carrying or where we're going. And I keep it that way on purpose.
Works for me. We're in his own truth.
That's a good way to build trust.
Whether someone's tracking us, I don't know. That could be a thing. So one of the things I'm gonna get in this new city is hopefully something that'll
Yeah,
keep
no, it's
magic
bad.
from happening.
I was going to say, you need to sweep your ship a bit.
That's what I'm gonna try to get.
We had a bit of a heated moment, and hopefully you understand
Yes.
the upset.
I know you guys assumed it was me who crashed the ship, and
Well, even before that,
Yeah.
we had Rhox was there for
Yeah.
part of it. We had a moment where I expressed my unhappiness. Again,
Mhm.
hopefully you understand that upset.
Yes.
And
You understand that I've never crashed a ship before, and so I'm as equally upset about this.
Do you have faith in
I have faith in
our stand to
Let me say,
defend
since I'm
those of the
here,
ship? And
I have faith in my crew because I've been with them, and you guys have earned my trust, you have earned my trust because you've done more than most people traveling would ever do. I mean, most
I
would
think
say
that was my that was my
most
point.
would
That,
save
look,
their
it's-
own hide and not come back and not assist, and there was a questionable moment there when you guys were asking about money and payment when.
Well, we did just
But-
suffer some
Yes,
setbacks.
and I understand there's a lot of tension and a lot of stuff going on. So, for me though, I I have no trust issues whether or not, because at first I thought maybe one of you were attempting to steal the treasure, steal this treasure that we're.
Well, you can
hauling.
understand how we thought you.
Yes, I get. Yes, well, I mean, I may use some
Again,
modes
just
of transport that aren't necessarily legal in all places.
Just
but
even under the pretense that we were going one place, ended up
Yes.
going to another, seems fishy.
had everything
So-
worked out, you guys probably never would have realized.
It didn't, but
Yeah. But it didn't work out.
you
And,
come clean.
yeah.
We're all on the same page, it sounds like.
So just so you never know,
Do we all trust the captain?
I
if you
trust
ever
it.
Yeah.
if you ever need anything transported, though, this baby will get it there. See, even in times of crisis, I still try to do my job.
As long as we're with whatever that is being transported.
Well, maybe if you guys want to get hired on, you can stay on as crew. And I'm just saying,
All right.
I'm looking for a few extra crew.
Captain, do you mind if we...
Duly noted.
If no one has anything else, do you mind if we borrow your conference table here for...
No, and there's some liquor in the cabinet if you guys want.
And I'll take my bottle and top off the captain.
Thank you. So just go out on deck and
Yep, Captain heads out on deck.
Appreciate it.
You
still has your
just
shirt
left
open.
with
Kinda.
Thank you.
you guys.
It's just us.
Fine.
Nice.
No NPCs left.
Alright. Lagaitha, we've already gone around and kind of talked about what we all do. What is it? What can you do? I know you heal and you make cool spectral glaives and stuff. You pull magical dragon statues out of your pocket.
I also make stuff explode with divine magic.
Oh yeah, I've seen that
Yeah.
more than a couple times already. It's pretty cool every time.
Divine magic.
Yeah, like
Yeah. Cleric magic.
and
Under what church?
Behind it.
Hey, a dragon priestess.
Okay. I don't know a lot about Bahamut. I don't know,
It's a
frankly,
dragon.
anything
It's a
about
dragon.
Bahamut.
It's a dragon.
Somehow I'm not surprised.
and a god, right?
Yeah, and a god.
There was a lot of familiarity with. There's been some talk about a lot of familiarity with dragons and things like that. That seems to make sense. Then
Yeah, you seem to know a lot about dragons. What's the deal with that?
I like to read books.
Oh, me too. Yeah, and I think he does too.
Hi, Reed.
Collected quite a few books on dragons.
befitting a
A
cleric
dragon.
of a dragon
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
But you don't.
patron.
I asked you about Bahamut earlier. You don't really read too much on the good book.
Well, Roger's more about Bahamut. Like, he studies Bahamut, yeah.
Okay.
Which leads me quickly. I noticed you were reading the book on Bahamut.
Yes.
Do you have interest in him?
Well, he seems to have a lot of the same leanings as I do on the moral compass, so to speak. I'm digging what he's saying, you know.
If you ever wish to talk more, I would love to have a word with you more on that subject. I believe that this situation doesn't really call for, more in-depth conversation on Bahamut, but I do notice that you are taking a liking to it, and I do have inklings to delve deeper into that.
Fair enough.
I could be wrong. I don't know a lot about your genealogy, but there's some dragon influence in your family.
Oh, you noticed that?
Well, I'm just thinking here. There's a little bit of vague interaction. But of all of us, you were the most. You have the most dragon influence, it seems.
Well, you don't need to make such assumptions. I wouldn't necessarily suppose that you have a whole lot of devil influence, so to speak, or anything.
Oh no, I mean, definitely some demonic traits. Some might say touched. As is the story of the tieflings. I mean,
Well,
there's no denying that. Absolutely.
To be honest, I come from An interesting tribe. In fact,
And he takes off his headband.
There we go.
And he reaches into his back pocket.
The hell?
In fact, I'm not really much of a tough guy at all, guys.
You're like 12 feet tall!
Yeah,
Am I seeing this, or is this the result of Sirnon's drink?
We have a drunk
Sirnon, what did you put in there? It's messed his voice up terribly.
That's not me.
No, I think you're seeing this because I'm sober.
I take another drink.
you see, I grew up, studying to be a bard, and that's what I grew up doing. And I would read and learn to help my tribe in their conquest against a neighboring lizard folk tribe.
Scholar, bard scholar.
Yeah.
Similar.
I took to books naturally and to stories, and so I used what I learned to help apply some healing here and there, buff my party, But it wasn't enough for me. We were constantly at war, so eventually, little Roverax and Argos. That's my full name, by the way, Roverax and Argos. I went to go and join the soldiers in their war against the lizard folk, and once on the battlefield, it was hell, and I wasn't ready for it. Before I knew it, I lost control. My eyes went red. All I could see was anger and hate. And, yeah, I just unloaded on these guys. Killed some, and many survived. But yeah, just living through that gruesome encounter for the first time kind of made me averse to violence and killing. And I know you've all seen me out there, and trying to wrangle these things to the ground, keep them down. I don't like to kill things, and I'm just gonna put that out there now for all to know.
First battles are definitely an eye-opener. I remember mine, I got cold feet the first time. We were up against bandits kind of in the North Country. They train you for it, but until you're actually out there against men that are really trying to kill you, you never quite understand what it feels like to just end something. You're not worried about your kings, you're not worried about your countries, you just want to make it out alive. So I don't blame you for feeling the way you do.
Thank you.
Do you blame people that don't feel the way you do?
The lizard folk didn't feel the way I did, but I found that through working together and talks and persuasion, and even if I have to challenge their strongest warrior to a one-on-one battle to settle a peace treaty, I'll do it, whatever it takes to just end the fighting.
I mean, interpersonally. Like he said, he doesn't blame you. Do you blame people who colleagues?
I don't blame them as much as I'm just disappointed. I think I like to believe that, somewhere in there within everyone there's the potential for good. If it takes a little egging on to yank it out of them, so be it. But that's
Definitely sounds like you were really on the path of Bahamut. And you just got the book. This is amazing. And he's just the little rabbit head just nodding up and down. It's on her shoulder. Just
Look, I know you've been hanging around a priest, but you got to save the Bible thumping and sermons for church, mate.
What's a priest?
Roleplay flies up, comes, circles around, lands on your shoulder, and just as you pet him, his tail comes around
Just remember,
around
he
the
likes
back
the
of your
soft
head
bits.
and goes smack, and then he gets up and flies away. The lands on your shoulder.
Uncalled for, young man.
I have your Bible thumping right there.
Say, I don't know. I think sometimes
But thanks for the pets.
sometimes you might have to stop trying to look for the good that just might not be there.
If I give up on looking for the good, I may as well give up on life. Again,
That's just my feeling.
Just
You know what?
From what I've seen.
The world needs people like Rhox. It really do. There's always got to be somebody out there just trying to do good. If we were all pessimists, this place would be terrible.
The first time I've been called a pessimist.
Have any of you come across any dragon? Aside from the blue
The
one.
blue one. I think there was an egg in the tomb.
What egg?
Lagaitha.
did we all see the egg?
The egg in your
Were we in
pouch.
the-
I did not see the egg because Cassio didn't want to go in the
How
room.
big is this pouch?
No, it was on top of the tomb.
Oh.
It was in the top.
Oh,
It was in the
Still.
sarcophagus.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But, yeah. Cassio never went near the sarcophagus. So.
I would say it's probably in your bag.
Okay.
I mean,
Because it's
I've read about dragons and I've seen, like remains of dragons.
Are we saying the
but
zone
never-
of truth is over? As she says, what egg?
That's fine.
Okay.
Hence why Roger was like, you know.
Yeah. Well, if it's over, it's over. It's fine.
No, she was
no.
Being a smart ass.
Yeah,
being
yeah,
a smart
I
ass,
got you.
but she
I got
has
you.
multiple eggs, so she.
Technically, she can.
What
still
egg?
say
You can
it's what
honestly
egg.
ask the question, which egg?
Yeah.
What egg?
Well, there was an egg in the tomb. I mean, you asked about dragons. That's my only experience with dragons. This blue dragon that appears to be rather large and healthy.
Knock on wood, we
Near
don't
the
run into it
crash
again.
site. Near the first crash site.
But no one's seen any green.
Mm-mm.
Green.
An ancient green dragon.
Why would we have seen this?
I just believe there's one in Castle. Okay, there's one in Castle.
Oh, great. Cool. Yep. Awesome.
He can't lie.
That's,
He was like, so he.
you know what? That's disconcerting,
Oh,
considering
God.
what little I've heard about green dragons. I mean, again,
What have you heard?
I've heard a little bit about a lot of things. You have to remember, I grew up with a wizard who had the ears of kings and nobles. I'm not an expert on them or anything, but I know a little bit about a lot of stuff. It's just, again, my only experience with dragons was one day, one of me old man's friends came to town with a bag full of scales, and they were talking magics and potions and stuff, and how to utilize them for alchemy.
What color are the scales?
Red.
We, we just have a vested interest in knowing of the green dragon.
That's
Any reason why? Curious?
Say it.
you can't lie, so
You can elect not
You
to.
can evade.
Come on.
He looks
I,
at you.
I put on my
Not too
glasses.
They asked
I
you.
drop
You're
my
the one
voice.
that opened your mouth.
It killed me and Lagaitha's family.
I'm sorry. It's terrible.
Well, not really me. I'm here, but
Your family?
Well,
I
your
died
family. Mm,
no, literally, like that's his. He feels like he died inside.
Your family? Or just Lagaitha's family? Again,
Lagaitha's family. I consider
not
them my
not to
family.
pry.
Oh,
so are you like a family heirloom or something?
Sure.
A lifelong protector of her family, something along those lines.
Yes.
Yeah.
what are you? Like,
He's in Nyoka.
I'm an Ioka.
alright, I'm gonna be honest, that one's new to me, guys.
Yeah.
It's a race of creature that is found in Alokia.
Of course.
That's where my kind tends to be.
So does Vic have one of you?
don't think so.
Protecting him?
That'd
Oh.
be weird.
It'd be neat.
Well, yeah. But probably not. And yes. So that is why the green dragon it killed Lagaitha's family and almost killed her.
Yeah.
And he looks very like
And it's still in Cast Rabble.
the last
In,
we know.
around,
Not-
near.
Yeah, the whole of Cast Rabble is like a
Well,
continent,
Yeah.
but a kingdom and a city
she
within the kingdom.
she lives
You
near.
guys were in Grand Falls.
She
Yeah,
lived
yeah.
near Grand Falls, not close, but in that general vicinity, in a near a town called White Ridge, and that's where we last saw it.
It's an ancient green dragon, huh?
That's still very terrifying.
I'm gonna need to.
Does this happen to be in the direction of the capital?
Opposite direction.
Oh, thank God.
But on the same continent.
Yeah.
Excuse me if I find comfort in the fact that we are not ultimately heading directly towards the Green Dragon
Yeah,
An
no,
ancient
you're
one.
right.
as final destination. Do you mind if I ask how long ago this encounter occurred?
Over 100 years ago.
Whoa, how old are you, Lagaitha?
Well, that's very rude, Roll. You don't ask the lady her age. He's like tries to pipe in.
I'm sorry.
Last time I checked, humans don't live to
I dropped my
100.
social skills.
I thought it was 70.
Oh,
Give or take 100.
Wait, is Lagaitha an old
70?
woman this whole time?
no.
Oh, okay. I
She
was
looks like
whoa.
she's what, 24?
All right. I'm getting some very conflicting timetables with
Well,
just.
I don't know. I lose track of time.
We'll say the spells expire.
I don't pay attention each year. And was it 70s? Oh, you pay attention better than I do.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Fair.
It doesn't say. I just thought it was 70. Because that was the number that was thrown out.
Well, then that's the number it was.
We can flesh that out later, apparently.
No, apparently it was 70 years.
Alright.
All right.
Fact checkers.
70
Next
years
one.
ago.
There it is.
Jeez.
Look it up in the source book.
Yeah.
Well,
right.
she was
I would add
23
that
when
in
it
now.
happened.
Yeah, I would add that now. Just so.
Oh, yeah, I already fixed her age.
That's good. There you have it.
Nah,
Um,
Wow.
so,
So 70 years ago.
I think the assumption that the boy's voice was that human time span.
Yeah, I don't know.
Are
Some
you
went
human?
wonky, and yes, I am human. Some went wonky, and I just didn't die.
Bahamut's blessing, huh?
And as far as she
Sure.
knows, that's true.
Sure, what he said.
Neat.
What'd you say?
Bahamut's blessing, huh?
Crazy dragon
Interesting.
gods.
I would assume so. Makes sense to me.
Me too.
Roll tree just like I'm sorry. I'm like I know I'm the DM and I know that we're doing a
You
show.
drink, roll, drink?
We have an audience. I realize this, but in my head, I'm envisioning a conversation with
With
this
a
little creature,
winged
and
rabbit.
it's like it's like. I love it. Sorry.
Alright.
Like I'm geeking out on my own shit.
I
So.
just
Well-
imagine it's like Final Fantasy where there's like all these little
So, like,
creatures that you never know.
did like a priest find you, and that's how you became a cleric, or like how did the whole Bahamut thing happen, or was that just something you were already doing before the dragon attacked?
And the cleric thing came a long time later.
Oh.
And if a dragon took out your family, why are you so into them? If you don't mind me asking.
So I can find it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's more like studying to hunt them.
Revenge.
Oh.
If that's what you want to call it. Your words, not mine.
Fair enough.
That's a very, very good answer. Very good answer. That's a very good answer.
Just maybe it's obvious to some people, but not me. Do you or your tribe have any affiliation with Green Dragons?
No.
Okay.
The majority of my tribe were all metallic, much like myself.
Okay. Just curious. See a conflict playing out here.
I don't think so.
I believe by looking at your scales, it looks very coppery with hints of, well, gold and hints of copper. Yes, sorry. That drink has really messed me up.
That just means you need
That's-
more.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You have too
I'm
much
10
blood.
feet tall.
You have
can
too much
definitely
blood
see
in
what
your
color my
alcohol
skin
stream.
Bit of a lightweight.
Roger, we gotta work on your constitution, mate. You've had, what, like 3 sips?
Oh, let's get this rabbit drunk
Once
every
upon a
day.
time, I had an amazing constitution.
I find that questionable.
What did you used to be? Were you always this thing? An Ioka?
He
Ro-
like
Roger's buttoned
Like-
up now.
bats his tail. Oh, look at tail.
All right then. We'll save that for another one of these powwows.
Put that one on hold.
Hey, so I'd like to go ahead and propose something.
Really?
He's trying to like
Why don't
tuck his head under his wing.
If he had any feline tendencies, he'd be showing his butthole to everybody. But yeah,
Good thing he's
we
a
all
rabbit
seem
thing.
to be headed towards the capital for one reason or another.
yeah, I think that's what.
Why don't we, in the meantime, depending on how long it takes to get to Ula'Divar and get the repairs and get to Cast Ravel from there, why don't we plan on making these powwows a fairly regular thing?
We spend a little time together.
Yeah,
we have
we
some
can
downtime. I'm good with that.
Works for
go
me.
over the information we find, sort
Debrief.
of, debrief, make sure we're still all on the same page as long as we're traveling together. And once we get to the capital, we'll see what you're doing with Lord Grayson. Right? That's who you work for?
Grayson, sorry.
Grayson,
Yeah,
right?
Grayson.
I had raisin.
Oh,
Gra-
sorry.
Grayson, Magistrate Grayson.
Magistrate Grayson. That's it, not Lord Grayson.
I just have to show that things were handled. I've got
Okay.
a little package for him. So.
Yeah, and then once that's finished,
So the guy had a little package.
Oh, Jesus.
Stop thinking about it, Rhox. It's just gonna make you queasy.
You know, I'm really sad that Levi isn't here for this one. The next one.
Thank you.
that's once we get that finished, or once you get that taken care of.
Oh God! Don't
Oh,
just
God.
throw it on the
God,
table.
I mean,
on.
we're putting things on the table.
What is
No,
wrong
don't
with
put
you?
your thing on the table.
It's not my thing.
Well, whoever's it is.
He likes the soft bits.
Hey,
I heard it squish.
If the magistrate says Roldry can have it, he's more than welcome. So,
Yeah.
You cannot have them.
We'll visit the magistrate. We'll take care of what we need to take care
Yeah,
of
you have
at
some-
our church, at the church, right? That's what the original.
yeah, I'm sorry,
Mission
I
was.
wasn't
We-
around for that.
yeah,
That's,
what- The original mission was to go to the church in the capital, wasn't it?
Is that a
Lagaitha?
particular church?
Cleric.
Yeah, the Bahamut one. Yeah.
Okay.
We had to deliver a
To
message.
give word from the shrine that was attacked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because of
Which is kind of
Rufus.
moot now. It's
Didn't-
been a while.
Didn't an
Yeah.
arm come out of that portal at the end of it? I remember something trying to break through from those
Oh,
weird
God.
loft cultists.
Yeah, that was so long ago. We fought some Lalt cultists before we met up with you, Sirnon.
It was
You know,
crazy.
religion's a funny thing. As far as
you're
I'm
okay.
concerned,
Yeah.
they're all cultists.
that wasn't on camera at all. So if you guys delve into it, you have to be
That's specific.
gotta be a little specific because that was not.
So
on
we were
camera.
traveling through the forest of Joe, and
No, it's better to just make a little pass comment. Let's not get into all that.
Yeah, I'm not. That's why I asked about
Yeah.
Bahamut and your patron or religious preference or following. Yeah, I'm not real familiar with it. I know a little bit about the Church of Tyr, but I'm a little skeptical of the whole, just religion in general. So.
Different strokes for different folks.
Absolutely.
If you're interested, I do have a prayer book of Bahamut that you can browse through, peruse at your own leisure.
More than happy to talk to you about it, but I think there are more interesting things to read.
Fair enough. There are. I've got a great book about a wonderful wrestler, kind of like myself. That's where I took all my stuff from. I'll link to that one.
We can talk about that too.
Lagaitha likes books too.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
We can talk about it. Maybe she would like to read the book.
I have one.
Hey,
The book he's describing?
Yeah.
About the
let's turn this
wrestler?
into a book club. What are we waiting for? We're all here. We're all talking books.
We all
Yeah.
have books.
Right here, people.
You know, I have a book in my pack about being charismatic and
How to charisma.
All right. So our adventuring party is now called the book club, and we will meet again within a week of this time.
We meet every Wednesday.
7:15-ish. Pacific Standard Time, whatever that is.
Excellent.
Oh my god. On Twitch and then replayed
Ula'Divar time.
on YouTube, whatever those are.
Oh, good God.
Cast Rabble time.
Yeah.
7 p.m. CST. Cast Rabble Standard Time.
Jesus H.
Oh,
I gotta sit down and have
Yeah, no,
one of this shit.
I think it's important that we stay on the same level with each other, and
I like that idea.
Hey,
the book club's gotta stay together.
before we wrap up here, we know what your main goal is. We're gonna that dragon and gain revenge, and we know you've got your magistrate mission to finish up, but like otherwise you deliver your justice.
yeah, that's really been it. I've been wandering a little lost for the last couple of years, just going where I felt I could apply myself. As far as main motivation, yeah, that's all I can say. I've been a little lost for the last few years. Haven't had any real motivation.
It's interesting. Maybe the good word of Bahamut could change that. You know what? We'll talk about that later.
You know what?
Would you like to speak about our Lord and Savior Bahamut?
I didn't realize this was going to turn into a church thing. I'd have brought my nicer
Ding dong.
clothes.
Yeah, but we at some point we need to return to your home.
Yeah, they think we crashed in the desert.
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean, like we did, but
one of these days I
Oh.
gotta go pick up mine too.
Sent
Pick
some
up your what?
somebody sent
Home.
some message.
Pick up your home?
Yeah.
What do you mean pick up your home?
Well,
we used to dust.
it's somewhere in a demi-plane right now, and I gotta go get it.
Oh, so that's your motivation.
Why did you
Okay.
leave it there?
A demi.
It was not my decision. It was, according to the letter, upon my father's death, the tower promptly vanished from the current material plane into a demi-plane for, and I quote, safekeeping.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very possible that I might have a same letter about my father's estate in a pawnbroker's office.
Well,
My mother's,
sorry.
probably still on this plane though.
Well,
Nobody's home.
Sealy approaches and she's like, you guys gonna wrap it up?
You guys done?
Oh, we're having a book club. Do you mind?
Well, I did want to get some rest before we got to
you
Ula'Divar.
sleep in this conference room?
Jesus,
No,
girl.
the conference
Captain's
room.
quarters.
If you look, if you turn around, there's a very large bed.
Oh, I was there the whole time, huh?
Yeah.
Bound chicka bow.
It looks like a bed for dolls.
Wee wee. I'm sure it could accomplish.
I mean, it looks like a bed for dolls.
Well, I've been called worse.
Way to save face there, Roxo.
12-foot tall rocks and halfling ceiling.
You know what? I think I'm going to go downstairs and get some shut-eye.
Oh, you're one of those, huh?
I'm leaving now.
Yep, me too.
I-
Outta here.
I grab
Book
my
club next
father's
week.
book.
See y'all
I still
tomorrow.
got armor and everything to gather up.
Yeah.
Armor, sword belt.
You want help with that?
Don't be too charismatic while I'm gone, you guys. And Cassio
Claw
just...
machine.
Yeah.
The book
Later,
club, huh?
Cassie.
Come back anytime, guys.
Gonna
I
add some
make
more
no
flair to the book
promises.
club because, like, that's the makings of a party.
this is how shit happens.
That's really cool. So are you guys gonna go to your perspective
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
resting
Yeah.
quarters and
It was a good chat. We will
Respected?
definitely need to chat some more.
Yeah. Yeah.
Need to get you in on a
Well,
real
I
gun,
could be like,
Roxo.
well, no, now I want Sirnon's quarters. He's got to go find something else. That could be perspective.
yeah, whatever. It's late, and I just was. That's where everyone's attending to.
Yep.
So we're headed down to our respective.
Respective
I feel
quarters.
like this would be
Perhaps
the
for a
great
long rest.
point to stop for a long rest.
Yep.
Yep.
Long rest. Woo!
All right, we made it.
So, thank you for watching Dual DMs and the book club.
The book club.
The book club. It's official now.
The
book club of doom.
Gotta put out the quick announcements.
All right.
Quick.
Check all our social medias out. Our Instagram,
Facebook,
Dual
Twitter.
DMs,
Check them out on YouTube.
YouTube, which will be Crafty Fellows at YouTube, and
High
sorry.
quality video.
Yeah, the video is much compiled after tonight's constant, and I mean constant stream dropping.
Might make a point to reset the router next time.
I have no idea what happened, but nevertheless, that is why I have aspired to record these so that they will come on in their absolute purest form. So, with that, thank you all for coming and watching, and those who are who will come watch us on YouTube because we don't have any viewers right now because of the stream dropping, but we appreciate it. Subscribe to us on YouTube so that you can get notifications when we upload each episode. Check us out every
Sure.
Wednesday night here on Twitch. Down at the bottom, you can check us out most of our social medias that we've just pre-discussed, and we will be trying to update each one of them with unique content depending on how we go. And with that, we're going to bid you all a fair night.
Goodbye.
Fair
Thank
night,
you.
Farewell.
Have a good one, everybody.
Goodbye.